Yo, what up? Sorry. Yo. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. What is up? Yes, this is a late stream today. It wasn't supposed to be a late stream today. Had some shit to do this morning. I couldn't do an early one today. So I was going to get one out. I was like, should I do one tonight? I said, you know what? Let me do one early afternoon. I figured since we're, we're in the midst of a lot of things right now. No moves from the Eagles so far on day 4 of free agency, but there's obviously a lot of news with Josh Sweat. There's news within the legal and tampering shit. The Eagles are being investigated, which is the most dumbest shit. Okay, every team illegally tampers. Like every team does it. Okay, you know what I mean? Like I saw the Penn State coach. Like, why would the Penn State coach be like, oh yeah, Saquon told me that he talked to I don't know. Like there was a whole bunch of shit that happened. I know the Falcons are getting investigated for getting Kirk Cousins. That's a whole nother thing that's going on. I just think it's just ridiculous. So the Bears haven't done it. I mean, DeAndre Swift signed with the Bears in not even 10 minutes. I mean, that's pretty fast negotiating for a position that was trying to get more money. You know what I mean? So I don't. To me, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. But I guess shit happens. I guess it happens. But I'll say everybody in the chat, love you all. Thank you for joining, stopping by. We're just gonna react to the day. Really, we'll stream for a few hours, react to the day, do our thing, and be on our way. We got Sean Davis started off to the day with the super chats. Just need to stay healthy. Oh, that's every day is. Every year is always like that. You pray that you don't have injuries. So coming out of camp, is going to be, we're going to be praying every day coming out of, every training camp, every joint practice, every preseason game that we do, stay healthy. So Adam with the super chat, man, he says, hey Joey, what would you rate how our free agency is going so far? Also, what's good with us with the illegal tampering with Barkley? Number one, I'll probably rank this free agency right now an A- because they haven't picked up a linebacker yet. And they're obviously, they haven't really got some trades done. They haven't extended HaasonReddick yet. Josh Sweat, apparently there's rumor that he could be cut. I don't know why, because I don't think that even makes sense within the contract of what he has right now. And with the Philadelphia Eagles, it's illegal tampering. I don't know if anything's going to happen, really. I mean, how do you investigate something like this? Like, I think everybody illegal tampers. Like, you don't think like someone makes a phone call to a player like on a private line, or I don't know, like it can't be that hard for everyone not to break the rules when it comes to illegal tampering, when it's not a non-negotiating period, when you're not supposed to negotiate at a specific time. I don't know. It's not like the Eagles signed Saquon Barkley in 2 seconds. I mean, this shit took like not all day, but it took most of a few hours. Mostly the whole day to get it done. You know what I mean? So it's just been one of those things where I guess we'll see what happens. Let's see here. We got Rose Parks. It's time to send Big Dom over to James Franklin's house for a conversation. Yeah, that guy's a scumbag, dude. He's the one that started this whole thing. He's the one that started the whole fucking thing. Yes, a lot of teams do it, but there was a dry snitch, so yeah. So the Bears who signed Swift in 2 minutes are getting investigated, but we are, never not to get our picks taken away. Yeah, they better not, dude. Chris's Cam Curl gets lost in coverage too much. If he was good, Washington would have kept him. Oh, where? I don't even know if he's still a free agent right now. James Franklin's a Giants fan. Well, that guy's a scumbag. So, P-Tat, what's going on, Joe? You think Howie really tampered? I don't. I mean, he could have maybe. But where's the but even if somebody says that this team tampered, and then what? They're gonna get investigated. So where's the proof? I mean, they're not gonna find the fucking proof. You know what I mean? Like, how are they gonna find the proof to that? Curl's okay. More so a box safety like Reed. Cam lacks speed at the position. I want to get Isaiah Simmons to this defense, to be honest. Isaiah Simmons. I mean, at this point, like, I don't know why they just don't sign Devin White to linebacker. Edgar and Cooper has an unofficial visit with the Eagles. Official visit with the Eagles at the NovaCare complex, which is great. I don't know, guys. It could be a thing where we could be looking at a new philosophy from Howie Roseman. He might be doing something that we didn't expect he's going to do. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something to watch out for. Gordon Oliver, the super chat. Thank you so much, man. So we make such a big splash for AZ, and they're just pissed. We know nobody like us, and we don't fucking care. I agree. I mean, like, kind of like, I watching like the Kyle Brandt, Good Morning Football, and he was just like Saquon did nothing wrong to the Giants, like did nothing wrong, and then Stephen A is saying, oh, well, Tiki just, he was messing around with the statements he made. I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't think he was, to be honest. I mean, for 2 days straight, he did this shit. You know what I mean? So Saquon is just, somebody gives you that much time. Someone gives you three 1,000 yard seasons. You're dealing with 3 head coaches, constant changes, no quarterback, no offensive line, getting hit in the backfield. And because Saquon, is getting hit so much, his durability is going to be a lot lower now because, when you have an offensive line at the Eagles, if you don't get touched on the, you don't get touched too much. You don't get, you make the first guy miss 9 out of 10 times during these football games. Like, it definitely helps. You know what I mean? You're not going to get injured in an offense like this. They want to put you in space, so I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Hopefully things do change. But the Eagles have had a better free agency than I ever expected. They're not even done. I mean, they're not even finished. So there's a lot going on. Sorry, appreciate the super chat. Sorry, I've been kind of slacking a little bit. Slick said, what up, Joey? Heard rumors about getting Jerome Baker and safety Justin Simmons. Haven't heard Deshaun Elliott from Miami. Yeah, so Deshaun Elliott from Miami already signed today. I forgot where he signed. I know he signed with. Now, I think the trade that the Desmond. No, not that one. Rondale Moore got fucking traded to the Falcons. Trading Rondale Moore to the Falcons. Rondale Moore was available, bro. He would have been a perfect number 3. So that's unfortunate. Trying to find the tweet for Deshaun Elliott. I know Deshaun Elliott signed with a team today, so he's off the board right now. Jerome Baker's visiting a team this week, so we'll see what happens. I'm looking for a linebacker trade. I'm definitely looking for some trades. We're still looking at the possible Josh Sweat trade, HaasonReddick extension. From Daniel Jeremiah, he said Howie's supposed to be, Howie apparently is going to be trading for somebody for the secondary. He's trading for somebody for the secondary. It could be corner, it could be safety. I don't know. It could be almost anybody at this point. But I'm looking for either, from what I think they're going to do, it sounds like a linebacker trade. It could be a corner trade. The Eagles are still very interested in this market right now. Who's available, who's left. So it should be really interesting. Really, really interesting. We got Joe Trailies. What's going on, man? Thank you for becoming a member to the camper tier with all the extra content and all the great stuff. We're going to have a video actually upload today, later tonight, probably until tomorrow morning. So definitely check that out. Appreciate it, Joe, for the support and all that great stuff. Joe, welcome aboard, man. Yeah, so all right, Deshaun Elliott signed with the Steelers for 2 years, $6 million. So he's off. That's a Vic Fangio guy off the table as of right now. Really, the only thing I'm like kind of like, dude, like kind of not panicking, but kind of like, dude, like what are they doing? Like linebacker has been you know. Bears are planning to sign former Rams starting center Coleman Shelton. Tier Tart is visiting the Bengals today. Guys, I'm down Cooper 100% signed veterans well though. That's what I'm saying. That one guy, I actually really like the Zach Bond signing because he could play off ball linebacker. He could play inside, outside. Coverage is good. He's more of a system fit, Zach Bond. He hasn't really had a lot of success in the league until like as of recent with the Saints. A 1-year deal, and he fits the system. So I think as a depth piece, he's great. You know, and I think could come in for a game if he has to. You know, you always want to have some good backups here. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's pretty empty there. I mean, they got nobody else, and the Kobe Dean's not enough for me at least. Mr. Rupert, the super chat, thank you so much, man. He says, go through a team's roster and see what type of off-ball linebackers may be available. I assume it's going to be middle of the pack teams and lower. Yeah, I think that's going to be what he's going to be looking for. Teams that need cap space or teams that are carrying players. Maybe they're carrying specific linebackers, off-ball linebackers that have a lot of money tied to them. Maybe can work something out with the Philadelphia Eagles to acquire them. So I give it time. I mean, we could see if something happens today. The Justin Simmons thing is interesting too because Derek Gunn put out a tweet the other day saying that the Eagles are out of the Justin Simmons sweepstakes because Justin Simmons is going to be way too expensive. I'm glad they signed Chauncey if that's the case, but I mean, as the days roll on, I mean, Justin Simmons, his price must be going down. I don't know how many teams had interest. The only other team besides the Eagles that had interest was the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans tried grabbing Chauncey, and it wasn't even close to happening. So everybody was freaking out too about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson because he didn't sign his contract yet. It's still not official. Apparently he was out of town. He came back actually yesterday, I think, or he was on a plane coming home yesterday because he put out a tweet saying, on my way home to sign this contract with the Eagles. So it's going to happen. I think people need to relax and chill out because everybody has already signed their contracts. Chauncey, I think, is the only one that hasn't signed his contract yet. He was away. He wasn't even in town. So, you know what I mean? So hopefully he already got this deal done or it's going to be official soon. Literally. So, see. We will see. There's other rumors that the Eagles reached out to free agent quarterback Tyler Huntley. That's another. So at least we're getting some news about the quarterback position going forward. I think it's pretty sweet. Let's see here. Oh, he is official. Okay, I thought he didn't sign yet. I mean, did he sign today or was it like late last night? He's actually signed today. Where's my other tin? Hold on. All right, I'm just making it. Yeah. Oh, it's signed now. Okay. Yeah, Tavondre Sweat recognized the Big Birds. Yeah, Tavondre Sweat's gonna be a beast, man. Gonna be a beast. Oh my god! That happened 3 hours ago. Oh yeah, I wasn't okay. I was busy throughout the day, so I didn't know. So it's already done, and that's great. So I'm glad that we got that done. Yeah. So there's rumors. KG says on Josh Sweat being just cut. There's a potential that he could be a cut candidate. Why? If you're not going to trade him, then keep him. You know what I mean? Cap hit's not big for the year, but if you're going to try to move him, then move him. There is interest from teams, so I don't think they're going to flat out cut him. I don't think this even makes sense at the end of the day. You know, we'll see, but I mean, if you trade, you're going to just let him go. I gotta check the contract. I have to check what their what they're looking at right now. See here. Yeah, I keep pressing the wrong button. Should grab Devondre Campbell and Clowney. Yeah, Devondre Campbell's available from the Packers. He's available. I know Ike Reese wanted him badly. I know that because he was like kind of stepping up for him already. Thomas, did you see some of the top 30 visits the Eagles are hosting? Only 8 got reported. Every announced offensive player was O-line. Hope they're looking at wide receiver. I heard like 4 or 5 are O-line. I heard it's Cooper DeJean, and Edgar and Cooper. So those are the ones I kind of know already, unless there is more. So we'll see. Yeah, Clowney, I think Clowney's chasing the money, honestly. He's got to be chasing the money. I mean, that's like, why would you go? Yeah, you're going to the Panthers because they have cap. They have cap. I mean, that's really why you're going there. Furman, to figure out what's going on, I think appreciate Super Chat so much, man, says, do you think we're going to move up in the draft? Yes. I think not only we're going to move up once, I think we're going to move up 2 times because I'm sorry, but the Eagles have too much draft compensation to not move up. I mean, we haven't even traded Josh Sweat yet. We don't even know what draft picks we're gonna have left. You have 3 fifth-round picks. You got a third. You got 2 seconds and a first. I mean, you have a lot of resources at least after the first round to move back into the first round if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? So. I think they have to draft 3 playmakers, in my opinion. 3 playmakers have to be boom, done. And I think there's a big chance here, and we'll see the rest of free agency, but so far what's lacking right now, it's corner. It's your starting corner of the future, and it's linebacker. So, you know what I mean? I think you're good at safety. They can always add another body at safety, which I thought they would have. And linebackers just they need more bodies. They need somebody because it's not enough. I don't care about the 2. Aquara, they signed earlier. They signed 2 other guys. I think the 2 guys, Aquara and somebody. They're nice flashes, but these are camp bodies right now. They're gonna try out to see what they could do. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I'm not gonna put too much into those guys. I don't want to go into camp like with guys that we're hoping that is going to make a big push because, Howie Roseman's doing everything else. But, things could change. They could, they could draft linebacker in the first round. They could do a total 180 on us, which I think is highly likely. If the Eagles change their philosophy on signing a running back long term and paying $12 a year, I mean, that's something the Eagles don't normally do. So I think a lot of things could happen. Appreciate the super. He says Clowney is going to Carolina. Mr. Rupu says Ike Reese is a clown. Ron says Joey, can Howie extend Bradbury, just cut him later or lower the cap without Bradbury's Oh, they could cut. Oh yeah, of course. You could cut any player without their permission. There's no agreement when it comes to a cut. You don't have to keep anybody. You could cut them without anything. Patrick Queen signed with the Steelers, and he was pretty affordable. He was pretty affordable. Christopher Collects says Joey Shakes. Do you agree? Trade Sweat for Fields and Adam, our first pick and one of the quarterbacks for Surtain. What do you mean? Trade Sweat for Fields, then add him with our first pick. So add Fields with our first pick, and I don't get what you mean. That's kind of confusing. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen at the way you're saying that, the way that's going. I don't think that's going to happen, but we got Fernan Figueroa with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says, how far up do you think we'll move up for a cornerback or defensive end? You got to move up top 15. Unfortunately, I don't know if Chop is going to drop. Lat2 from UCLA versus Chop Robinson. The Eagles might be in contention for. So yeah, that's where we're kind of at right now. We got a super chat from Rylan Yancey. What's going on, man? It says, yo, we've signed no Fangio players. The Eagles, as of right now, are just like, I mean, look, they didn't. I'm surprised they never touched Jerome Baker. I'm surprised they never touched, obviously, I was shocked they didn't touch Van Ginkel. No Deshaun Elliott. They really didn't at all. Which is kind of funny. Maybe there's a lot of players. I don't know. Maybe there's just some players he didn't like, I guess. I don't know. Jerome Baker is visiting teams right now. So he is not available. Not available right now. I think there is a trade for Josh Sweat. I think there is a lot of interest. I think it comes down to what they're getting in return. And Howie Roseman's been really picky about what we're getting. And that's perfectly fine. So Who's the Empire Sports said, hey, Joe, it turns out the rumors are true. The Eagles and the Falcons are both investigated. Eagles are guilty. The Giants will get their first-round pick back. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, it's okay to be pissed off that you lost, like, your best player on offense, but to already say that the Eagles, everybody illegally tampers. The Eagles aren't going to lose anything. This is a Giant. This is somebody that works for the Giants or close to the Giants, okay, that got pissed off and put this news out. They're not going to find anything on illegal tampering. They're not going to find nothing on it. So that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing. So you're wasting your time. Charles says a dry snitch Penn's coach says he talked to Saquon. He talked to your GM in the news. That's what was said. Yeah, I saw the report. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like anybody could just, I could say that somebody steals something from a store, but how are they going to find that out? How are they going to find that shit out? It's been 4 days in the free agency. How are you going to find that out? How are you going to find any? I could say that I could say, look, if I'm a GM right now and I talk to a player near the negotiating period, somebody could blame me for it. I mean, you could go up to somebody and blame them for no reason. Come on now. I mean, come on now. Let's be real on the situation here. They're just pissed off, dude. Simple as that. They're just pissed off. Just the truth, man. Oh my God, we're gonna get picks. You're gonna give us picks now. Fuck off. Your picks. Giving no picks. Hold on. I'm trying to fix this fucking thing. Eagles have touched base with free agent quarterback Tyler. Yeah, Tyler Huntley is available. See. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like they actually think like something's gonna happen. Like nothing's happening with this shit. Like everyone thinks something's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Can I get rid of this fucking ad because it's really annoying? Now it's like being so stupid now. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, like anything to grab straws. Because they're pissed off that Saquon's gone. They're pissed off because they should blame themselves for making their fucking best player in their offense unhappy. Is Saquon gonna have his press conference today? I heard that he's having it today. That's what I heard. I heard rumors of him having his thing today. It's Butthurt New York. He said, thank you. I said the same thing about the tampering. It's Butthurt New York B words. Are New Yorkers still whining about Barkley coming to Philly? Do they not remember they could have signed him in the last? They could have signed him last year. I mean, seriously, they could have signed him last year. Right? So do you guys understand HaasonReddick and Josh Sweat were no shows on the Eagles defense? They take themselves completely out of play every time. They cannot stop the run. They are situational rushers. That's not true at all. That's a really fucked up statement, because I'm not saying in a bad way. It's a messed up statement because the Eagles, like, every defensive lineman hit a brick wall. Like, you're gonna face Haason out. Haason had better stats than anybody on our defense. That's number one. Okay. And Haason disappeared. Josh Sweat disappeared. And really, Josh Sweat had a sack the last game of the season against the Giants. And before that, he didn't get a sack from week 9 of the season. Jalen Carter, what about him? He hit a wall. Everybody hit a wall. So to say, like, they never tried or they didn't play hard or shit like that is just, you're not making adjustments, you're not running stunts, you're not blitzing, you're not putting your linebackers downhill, you're not helping out getting your defensive line home at all as it is. To say that shit, come on now, be real. SD3XXX. So people forget how he caught Ari doing this with Gannon after last season. They really think Howie getting caught like that. Yeah, I mean, even what happened with Jonathan Gannon, like, the Eagles had nothing to do with that. This was Jonathan Gannon on his own time. You know what I mean? Which really pissed me off. Jonathan Gannon did this, but Jonathan Gannon illegally tampered with the Arizona Cardinals between the NFC Championship game to the Super Bowl. Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy shit. All right, so did you see we're being probed for violating G8? Yes, yeah, I know. I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm not making a huge deal. I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm not. Like, it's news. It is what it is, and that's it. Like, Howie is not stupid. Like, Howie knows, like, if something's gonna get reported like this is a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Real Good says, where would you said anything right there? Charles says Chase didn't do shit till the NFC Championship. That's kind of true. He's still available too. I think he's visiting teams as well. They only hate the greats. Born on Dialing says Thug Life. Howie, Big Birds. Giant says can't base nothing off last year. Whereas says NFL should be investigating the Bears. That's what I'm saying. If we sign if we sign like Saquon Barkley in like 5 minutes of free agency as soon as it started, I can say, oh yeah, great. Like, shit, then I can understand, like, man, they must have already had something done on the fucking table at this point that they were going to do something. But I'm just like, man, this is kind of crazy, Joe Trail says Eagles have shown interest in Tyler Huntley for backup QB, very mobile, has experience. Oh yeah, I has plenty of experience. I think it would be great. Matt says, isn't crazy how Gann does better and actually has his defense blitz once he leaves us. Yeah, it shows you how much control Sirianni had with that defense in 22, and how Sirianni held back that defense, held them back to be even greater. I mean, early in the season, I think it was like 25% of the time HaasonReddick was in coverage. You had a generation. You could have had a generational defense in 22. I mean, you had 70 sacks. That defense could have had like close to 100 sacks. They couldn't get it done, unfortunately, and it really sucks. They had so much opportunity to do other things. So it's kind of nuts. So it looks like Khalil Mack is staying with the Chargers. Joey Bosa restructured his contract to remain with the Chargers. So they're both staying. Vikings are signing DT Jerry Tillery to a 1 year worth $3.75. All right, so the news came out on HaasonReddick. This was from earlier from Jeff Kerr, CBS, says about HaasonReddick. Says one edge rusher may be staying and the other could be on the one potentially on the move, says Jeff Kerr. And has a picture of HaasonReddick. So we will see. We will see. Look, like, I feel good about Bryce Huff. I feel like he is a better talent than Josh Sweat, no doubt. Would love to keep both of them if we could, but we can't, unfortunately. But I'm excited to see Reddick on one side, Bryce Huff on the other, and all the depth behind it. You know what I mean? So I think we're in good position for a lot of good things on this defensive line. Hopefully hitting home. Billy by Day, what's going on, man? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of move. I mean, I feel like the Eagles, there's like 2 trades like in the works right now. So I feel like there's definitely 2 trades in the works, something going on sooner or later, kind of waiting for it at this point. Where they're going to go with it, but we'll definitely see. D-Space, what do you think? What do you think we go for in the first 3 picks? I mean, it depends, like, the rest of the week. It depends what they do, like, the rest of free agency. I mean, so far, I mean, right now, I mean, linebacker corner is huge right now. I mean, adding another offensive lineman is definitely another thing they're going to do with it within the first 3 picks. So I think it's going to be, linebacker. I think it's going to be corner. I think it's going to be offensive line. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they can add another edge rusher too. You know what I mean? So, but I think I would move in the first round twice. I want to see if they trade for a linebacker. But if they already have a linebacker coming in on a visit, and if they think Edgerrin Cooper is going to fall down in this draft a little bit, he could be potentially your first round pick. He could be in your second round. So I know people talk about his, that Edgerrin Cooper's man coverage isn't great, but for this scheme, you could do a lot more with him. So, we'll see. We will see, my friends. We are hated in the offseason, no doubt. Definitely hated this offseason. Joseph, if you found guilty of tampering, most of them can lose his 3rd round pick, not a first round. I know you can't lose. You can lose a 1st round pick by, like, breaking the fucking law. Like, if Howie Roseman was building a cocaine empire, like, and the Eagles were involved in it, then yeah. Like something like that, Scarface style, big mansion, then I can understand that. But as of right now, not really. Chris says, no way the Bears didn't tamper. Swift got signed within 0.1 seconds. Now I said, the league don't want us to keep building the super team. Munson, I'm not a Giants Penn State head coach, said the Eagles reached out to Barkley on Tuesday in an article yesterday. That's where everything is coming from. Yeah, so the guy that wrote the article, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, apparently, one HP says, you heard about Dak's situation. I don't know. There's all these rumors, like, just weird shit's going on today. By the way, the Cowboys actually signed Eric Kendricks. He backed out signing with, I forgot who he backed out signing with. He backed out signing with the 49ers to play with the Cowboys. Why, I don't know. Probably got offered more money from the Cowboys, maybe. They didn't really have much money anyway, $2.8 million in cap space. The Dallas police are now investigating claims of alleged sexual assault involving Cowboys Dak Prescott. That happened in a parking lot of a strip club in 2017. I mean, I don't know. Stephen Jones already said that has nothing. It doesn't affect the contract talks they're having with Dak Prescott right now. But, like, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Don't worry, the Eagles will bring in a linebacker eventually. Says they're going to bring in a veteran linebacker in. All the rumblings I keep hearing is that they're looking to trade for one. All right, Jeff Kerr says that a veteran linebacker is coming to Philadelphia. in a trade. Dude, Washington is fucking stacking right now. I don't know what they're going to look like. They don't have a quarterback still. I mean, at least for me, like, I don't think they're going to compete at all. But Washington is, I mean, they're signing just good pieces. Like, they're just signing a bunch. They just got Bobby Wagner. They end up getting fucking what's his face from the Panthers at safety. They got some good. They're signing some good pieces. You know what I mean? If they could put that shit together, Cliff Kingsbury and all with the offensive coordinator position, obviously, and Dan Quinn, being as good as he's been. Yeah, Luvu or Wagner. Yeah. Oh, well, they could have got a lot of linebackers. Shire, Howie Roseman has he signed one depth linebacker, and he's saying to himself, he already has Nakobe Dean. They signed a depth linebacker in Zach Bond, okay? And then other than that, that's really it. Oh, who just arrived in Philadelphia, Ryan? Saquon Barkley and Brandon Graham? Saquon Barkley is officially in Philadelphia right now. Officially. Oh, Brandon Graham is Brandon Graham is, oh, that's really nice, dude. That's really nice of him to do that. Brandon Graham is just, man. Brandon Graham is like kind of like helping Saquon just walk through the NovaCare and, you know, just like being with him at the beginning of the process when he was coming out of the limo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool thing. But there's gonna be a lot of questions being asked. There's gonna be a lot of stupid questions being asked about certain things. The only reason that player decided to go to the Cowboys instead of the 49ers, the Cowboys have Vikings former. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting Zimmer's the fucking defensive coordinator over there. I keep forgetting that. I've never seen so many people meeting and greeting a player coming from the airport. Like, seriously, like, this is a lot of people outside. Like, you normally see like one guy walking, a player that just signed with the Eagles walk in the building. Like, there's like 7-8 fucking people out there, probably more than that. Oh yeah, I agree that Sirianni's in nice, no doubt. Like, Saquon is in Philadelphia right now. Right now. Chris says Washington did that a lot under Snyder and nothing happened. Is Washington a second overall pick? They will take Jaden Daniels, probably. They think they're going to take a quarterback. Howie's cooking, bro. He's cooking. Washington looking better than Dallas. Well, that's true. I mean, they are. I mean, they definitely are. Unfortunately, that's the case. Yeah, I mean, you've signed the Dallas Cowboys have only signed a long snapper, and they're not good with money. They're not good with moving numbers around. I mean, they signed a long snapper and they signed Eric Kendricks. I mean, that's it. Those are your two moves. I don't know. Alligator says Howie should draft for Quincy Williams, dude's a beast. And you know what? The Dallas Cowboys should be ashamed of themselves from that draft they had last year. They didn't come out with one good player from that draft last year. Not one. An epic failed draft they had last year. Devondre Campbell wouldn't be a bad move either, Greg. So with the veteran of linebacker we are trading for, it could be. It could be. Devondre Campbell could be. It could be, I think Devondre Campbell is a free agent, is he not? Did he get I think he got released, dude. I don't think he's a trade candidate. Why isn't there sound? Are you getting sound to that video of him coming off the, I don't know. Are you getting sound or no? I don't think I got any sound off that. I'm getting no sound from that video unless they didn't put sound in it. I don't know if they did. Ago said Sweat was out for himself towards the end of the season trying to get the bag because he has no more guaranteed money. That affected his play, and that's the issue. What? What's going on, Bryce? Mon says Kendricks wasn't going to be the starter with the 49ers. Greenlaw, Warner, Zimmer, and the new DC Cowboys coach Kendricks in Minnesota. That's the guy. I guess it made sense. Once we see Kellen Moore introduced to Saquon. I like how Brandon Graham is like the player out there, just like. I just remember that video of Brandon Graham. Remember the divisional game? The divisional game against the Giants a couple years ago? Oh yeah, Kellen Moore is out there. You're right. And the quarterback coach. And the running back coach. I remember, yeah, when Brandon Graham was talking shit on the fucking coin toss, talking shit to Saquon and Dexter Lawrence. That shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious. That like that's what Graham gives you, that edge. Like the play next to that probably does so much. Come on, you just on your way. We got a super chat from Slick, man. Appreciate it so much, dude. What linebacker are we thinking of trading for? I don't know. There's one from the Bills that's interesting. That name was being thrown a fuck was his name, dude? Guy, pretty productive, young linebacker, but young, not young, but you know, still at a good age. Fuck is that? Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit. I mean, I don't know. I forgot the guy from the Bills that's available. I'm trying to figure out. There was one other guy that I was thinking about. I forgot his fucking. But I don't know, man. I'd have to go through, like, obviously go through all the rosters to see what would make more sense for the Eagles. Appreciate the super, by the way, Slick. Dade says, yeah, he's saying you can't do that no more on BG, saying get that love, baby. Yeah, I can't. There's no sound. There's no sound on that video. What's that in the background? What in the background? What? What are you talking about with the background? What? What? My poster on the wall? What? What's in the background? Sweat is a liability against the run. Yeah, but dude, like, people need to stop doing that shit too. It's like, oh, Bryce Huff, he's not great against the run. Like, well, yeah, no shit, because they're not bringing him to stop the run. They're bringing him to go after the quarterback. Like, some defensive ends aren't a balance. Like, some guys are better pass rushers. You know what I mean? So, you know, I get it. You know, like, a liability against the run, sure. Is he getting worse? I don't think he's getting worse. I think the coaching staff made these players get worse at the, you know, at the backside of the year. So Chris for the super chat, thank you so much, my friend. He says the radio is pushing a trade for Fields. I wouldn't. Would you? I wouldn't, because I feel like it just gives this team so much attention that it's gonna be, oh, you know, because obviously, you know, the males of the world today are the big, you know, are big bitches now. So it's gonna be like, oh well, Jalen Hurts can't handle it, and Justin Fields is gonna take the job away, and it's just gonna be a bunch of stupid shit. Like I already know if Fields signs here and if Hurts has a bad game, that's what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? It's like they have to sign somebody that I mean, I'm surprised that the market is really dry for him right now. Oh no, they're all right. So I screwed up because my headphones are not on. I just realized. So that's probably what. Yeah, they're not on. That's why. If I hear this now, I'm see if I can hear this now. What up, boy? BG said he wanted to tackle you real quick. Yeah, he can't do that no more.
On your way, man. So I want to give you some love. Hey, man, can't wait to go try to do this thing together. Go enjoy yourself, man. Get that love, baby.
I'm gonna hit you. What's up, man? Kellen, how you doing? Yeah, nice to meet you. Kevin.
Saquon is an ultimate professional, man. That's why I've always respected him, because he's not a loud talker. He's not he's very, very professional dude when it comes to his craft. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, if I play it on my computer, you're going to hear it too. So sorry, I didn't realize that. I want to watch that real quick. Got a super chat from Adam. It says, we need to find out who made the new Eagles word mark and ask why did we change it. I don't feel like the new word mark fits in with the midnight green. Obviously, the midnight green, it's getting outdated now, unfortunately, and I think the jersey does definitely need to change sooner or later. You can't put a futuristic type new word mark with a jersey that's been around for a while. So late 90s, whatever it is. I mean, at this point, I think there's going to be a whole new overhaul of what the Eagles uniforms are going to look like sooner or later. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. So it looks like Corey Clement puts out a tweet saying, I want to be an Eagle one last time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, Cowboys made another move. Woo! Breaking news! Breaking news! The Cowboys have made a move. The Cowboys are re-signing veteran cornerback Jordan Lewis to a 1-year, fully guaranteed deal, keeping him in Dallas an 8th season. Per source, Jordan Lewis is back. Time to cook. Jalen Mills signed with the Giants, by the way. I don't know if anybody knew that, but he's dead to me, guys. He's totally dead to me. No, Mariota signed with the Commanders. I think he signed with the Commanders. That's sad. That was a waste of fucking money. My God, that was. Corey Clement, unfortunately, is just. He went to the Giants. I don't even know what other teams he went to. I know he went to the Giants. Unfortunately, he was like a 1-year wonder, man. I mean, he's only had one good year in his career. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, he had what, 100 receiving yards? I forgot what he had, like 100 receiving yards in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was kind of crazy, dude. I mean, you know what I really missed about the running back core? Like, I missed how you had like an aggressive runner and Jay Ajayi. You made that trade at the trade deadline for a 4th round pick from Miami. Darren Sproles, we wouldn't have really had, you know what I mean? When you really think about it, if Darren Sproles didn't get injured, he broke his forearm. I think he tore his ACL and he broke his arm on the same play. It was like a suicide dump off pass. And I mean, that's crazy though. We wouldn't have found out what Corey Clement could be. Like sometimes like these injuries can be in this, like sometimes when you get these injuries, you find out what other players could do. Like if Darren Sproles didn't get hurt, we probably wouldn't have found out what Corey Clement could do, to be honest with you. Because I remember when they would overuse Sproles like way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Well, we have 727 in the chat. Saquon Barkley is in the building. And we're going to rub this in even more towards the Giant fans. He looks happy. He looks like he's ready for his press conference today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. I did put out a video today on day 3 of free agency, all the rumors, all the trade stuff going on, everything going on. So definitely check all that stuff out. And make sure you like up the video like crazy. I don't know how many likes we have for this video, this stream so far. I want to apologize for the late stream. Let's get over 200. Come on, guys. Let's get over 200 likes in this video. Appreciate it so much, guys. You know, I know it was a late stream. I do apologize. I want to get this stream done like late morning, but it was just a long day. I was tired yesterday. I was struggling to live stream that whole time yesterday. I was so shot. I had to sleep a little bit longer today. So let's see. Matt said, I'm on the back suit Spider-Man stuff when it comes to Jalen Mills. As Toby Spider-Man once said, good riddance. Oh yeah, I saw your tweet. Right, it would be funny if Boston Scott resigns to go with Saquon Barkley. Oh man, would be interesting, man. Would be interesting. Darius Slay joins the insiders, Adam Schefter and Mike Garofalo. Cole says, is this tampering stuff BS or actually? I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't. This is a guy that just said so. There's a guy reported that the Eagles that they illegally tampered, and now the NFL is going to investigate it. It doesn't mean that they did it. Howie's not stupid. This is just Giant fans trying to get some payback, and they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. I think the dumbest trade I saw the last couple days, or the dumbest signing I've seen, what is it? Calvin Ridley got a $92 million deal with Tennessee. I thought that for the money was ridiculous. So it looks like we're going to have Saquon Barkley's press conference at 3 p.m. Bryce Huff is in the building as well, and he'll have his press conference today. So there'll be a lot to go over. How do you feel about Jordan Howard when he was? I love Jordan Howard. Unfortunately, Jordan Howard used to get these injuries where he'd be out for like big stretches of time. But Jordan Howard, man, I miss Jordan Howard. I wanted him to re-sign. How many running backs? I hate when running backs do well here and just don't re-sign, like because the Eagles' bread and butter was not re-signing any of these guys. That's the problem. It's unfortunate, but I wanted Jordan Howard to sign back. I wanted Swift to be in the building at the end of the year. This is obviously before like the realization that like, or the outside box, thinking that we had, on Saquon Barkley coming here was more than really a dream at that point. That would never happen because the Eagles don't sign running backs to bigger, to long extensions. You know what I mean? So, Saquon Barkley is only costing you $3.9 million against the cap this year, which is really cheap. And you technically you only have Saquon for 2 years. The third year is an option year. So, the Eagles want to keep him. They can keep him for a third year if that's what they want, or they want to extend him longer. They can do that too. Yeah, well, Nick Foles probably should have. At the end of the day, like I think if I went back, and I know it's easier to go back and change things. I know somebody said about keeping Nick Foles. I just saw it before. I lost it. Like keeping a guy in the building like that, like what they should have probably done is after 17, they should have traded Carson Wentz, and Nick Foles should have been here for a few more years. That's what they should have probably did. But they weren't drafting well after the Super Bowl at all. They weren't drafting at all. They kept restructuring. Bigger guarantees, and then bigger cap hits down the road. And when you're not drafting well, it's going to catch up to you. In 2020, it caught up. It caught up to us. It caught up to us instantly. Do you feel we were guilty of tampering, that we're being? No. Everyone's got to relax, dude. Everyone's got to stop overreacting to things that are said online. This happens to a lot of teams. And Howie's not an idiot. So, all right. So let's see the report. Eagles are still aggressively shopping. Roster needs linebacker, tops their priority. Sources say Howie isn't throwing in the towel on free agency yet. So still going on. So a trade for linebacker. Let's see. The Cardinals are signing free agent offensive lineman Jonah Williams. Edgar and Cooper, man, coming in for a visit. That's early too, man. Like they want to bring him in nice and early, which is great. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. See here. So the Miami Dolphins released Xavier Howard. That's done. Let's see. Jim says, hey, Joey, on my way to work. Did I miss anything? Nah, nothing. You didn't miss anything crazy today. Nothing crazy. Eagles are definitely involved in training for a veteran linebacker, depending on who, and we'll see. Currently said, I miss Jordan Howard. Westbrook will always be my favorite running back, but I really like Jordan Howard. Wish he could have stayed. Oh yeah, I mean, look, you had an aggressive runner with the Jay Ajayi. You had, obviously Corey Clement. That was real crafty. Having Darren Sproles, obviously before he got injured, it was what Darren Sproles could do. LeGarrette Blount being your big bruiser back. Everything changed, I think, after week 3 of that season, or week 2. I forgot what it was. I think it was week 3. I think the home opener against the Giants. After that big field goal by Jake Elliott, and then we really started running the ball well. We started really running, and things really started to change that season. Matt said, I know Zach Wilson has talent that hasn't been unleashed yet. I say the Eagles trade for him to be Hurts' backup, groom him, and eventually trade him. Thoughts? I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know what type of money they're looking to. I don't know what type of money they're looking to spend for a backup quarterback, though, either. So I don't know. You trade for Justin Fields as a backup, like, he's only going to be here for short term. Keep the main thing things help. Says Nelson Aguilar come back. I wouldn't be opposed to him returning. Not really. He hasn't. He's another guy that really hasn't been consistent either. He's playing a little bit better now. He went with the he re-signed with the Ravens, so he's not going to be back. He's not going to be signed to any other team. He got signed pretty early by the Ravens because he was already a free agent. Ryan says, I think Boston Scott will return. Well, HP, let's see what's going on. Appreciate Joseph Philadelphia says, go Birds. Appreciate the super chat, man, so much. I would be surprised if Kelsey comes out of retirement for. I just think he's not ready. I honestly think he was not ready to retire. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's gonna be emotional regardless. I think he'll be emotional regardless of just in general of retiring, and I think he's always gonna be sad and he's always gonna feel that way. But it just seems like after a season he had, like after the season how it ended last year, like I would have not ended my career on that season. With all the changes going on now, it's just like, be a perfect time to come back. I don't think it's going to happen though. I know Eagle fans are pressuring Jason Kelsey to come back. And it's Joey says, do you see us signing any more big name safeties or linebackers or anything? Yeah, a trade. I mean, they're going to trade big time. I mean, there's nobody really left that's big time regarding free agency. when you're in your 4th day of free agency, there's nobody that's big time, but as a role player to a guy that fits the system, sure. You know, we'll see, but you're gonna find a better player through a trade. You'll find a better player through a trade as of right now. And it looks like the Eagles are looking for trading for a veteran linebacker right now. They really have. They got to hit linebacker at least one more time, and then go into the draft and get another guy. Edgar and Cooper already being on a visit for the Eagles is a really good sign. So, really, really good sign. Dylan Knight says, how bad of a punishment could this tampering? It's not going to be. It's not. People got to stop reading stuff and acting like things are always true, because it's not. It's not. Trust me. It's a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. What if you said it's crazy? We supposed to hire Fangio as a DC last year, and we got him now. Didn't resign Chauncey, but got him back. Yeah, I mean, it kind of shows. I mean, I guess Fangio is a big fan of Chauncey. I mean, Fangio's got pull, and I think Fangio's got a lot of pull. I honestly do. You know. All right, so it looks like free agent pass rusher Tershawn Wharton is resigning with the Chiefs on a 1-year deal, fully guaranteed. Rogue says, I feel what Howie's Roseman has done, forming this team, and the draft is over, and we can draft very well. Jason Kelsey could come back after all that. I think you should do one more here. I think so, man. I think ending the season the way it did, like, I think it's almost it's a crime, dude, for him to end his season the way he did on one of the biggest collapse, you know, for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, it's definitely something you don't want to remember your last year being like. Kirk says, what do you think of the Parker signing? I think they could have got a little bit better with it. Now, Devontae Parker is not a lock at wide receiver 3. I mean, they signed him for $1.2 million, okay? Now, the Patriots, the overall contract for Devontae Parker was $4.5. So the Patriots are actually paying the rest of that contract. Theoretically, the Eagles are only paying $1.2 million for the year. Okay, so if he has a bad camp, doesn't make it, then sure, you know. So I feel like, yeah, you know, I don't know what other direction they're going to go. They better have a backup plan going forward. I mean, they only have like Austin Watkins. You know, that, you know, he got a 2-year extension, but there's a chance that he can at least, maybe the Eagles feel like he can do really well. It was a big preseason standout last year. Other than that, there's really nothing else wide receiver wise. But Devontae Parker as a number 3, he's still got speed. He's a big body. He's a big body that still has speed. So he's got some wheels on him still, you know, and he's got reliable hands too. So as a number 3, I think he would work out. He has a good camp, and he looks really good and ready. He could thrive. He could thrive because he's going to be more of a role player for the offense. And could be, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think he's not going to do shit, but I mean, he might not do anything. If he has a bad camp or he gets injured, you know, I think his health has been an issue over the years. You know, if this was 6 years ago, sure. I mean, I would have loved to sign him a long time ago. I had a lot of interest in him a long time ago. But, you know, we'll see what happens down the road. We got Venom King with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. The Eagles should trade Josh Sweat for Baron Browning. He's 25-year-old linebacker. Okay. Who's that guy from the Bills, man? That Tyson. I forgot what his name was, but it's another guy they could maybe trade for. And he's actually a little bit younger. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have interviews for Saquon, Bryce Huff, and Zach Baun. Because I know Elliott. I know they're all waiting at the prep. They're all waiting, you know, for the thing to start at 3. He says 1 first for Surtain, take it or leave it. I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't. With the cornerbacks you have in this draft, I wouldn't trade a 1. I'm not getting rid of our 1 for Patrick Surtain. I think people need to chill on the Patrick Surtain stuff. I honestly do. I don't think they trade for a corner. I think they draft one. I think one of these guys is going to fall down, to be honest. They could. I mean, it could happen. You know, they could sign a corner. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't take it off the table, but for Surtain in general, like, you have to rework his whole contract. I know he's got some big cap. He's got like a $20 million cap hit this year. Like, it's a big cap. He's got a couple big cap hits. So they have to rework his whole deal, try to make it fit, which they can. They could do it. They can get it done. So, but I wouldn't trade a first for Surtain at all. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. There's Eagle fans that just want to do it. I wouldn't do it because I want to get a younger guy in the building. So, you know, we'll see what happens. The 4th day of free agency, they could make some other moves. We'll see what happens. That's just me. I know people are going to disagree. You know, if they do it, you know, then great. You know what I mean? It's good for us, you know, whatever. You know, I don't want to, you know, give up a 1st round pick if I don't have to. Maybe a second round pick I would give up for Surtain. We'll see what happens. I don't happen to Julio Jones, still a free agent. Price says, we drafting a corner. We're not spending money on another corner with Bradbury killing our cap. He's not killing our cap. Like, people think like he's like a $4 million cap hit this year. It's very cheap. But the problem is, like, if you straight up cut him, you're going to be like 10 million in dead cap. So they would have to post-June, they would have to extend his contract 2 years, post-June cut him, spread out that $10 million in dead cap for a couple years, okay? And they can eat that up. Single-digit dead cap, whether it's $1 to $9 million, is very easy to eat up. So I'm not even worried about that. They got to extend Bradbury, then cut him, spread out the dead cap, and they're perfectly fine. He's not killing our cap as everyone thinks it's killing it. But they can keep him on the roster this year. This way they don't lose a little bit of cap from it. They can keep him on the roster for a $4 million cap hit and just say, fuck it, just bench him the whole year, if that's what you want to do. You know? Kansas City drafted all their players, won 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. Draft guys, draft. Yes, the more you draft, the more cap you're going to have. Like, that's what it comes down to. The more you draft really well, you know, and not only do you have to draft well, because drafting well is just the first part of it, but you got to produce these players. I don't want to see players play like shit here because of bad coaching, and then they go somewhere else and they play really well, you know, and that's what I can't stand. Like, Nolan Smith barely getting any playing time this year, like, pissed me the fuck off. Not using him, Sean Desai, like, giving excuses why, oh, you know, we only have so many snaps we can give all these players. It's like, dude, like, Nolan Smith is your 1st round pick, man. And I think Nolan Smith is going to thrive in this Fangio system. And he says, even Sweat is like, what the fuck, where am I going? I don't know. Kirk says, yeah, 1.2 is cheap. Let's see. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, they didn't. He's a low risk, high reward. Devontae Parker is a low risk, high reward signing, dude. It's either he's gonna do well. I hope he does really well. You know, I don't think he's gonna revive his career, but I mean, he might look really good here as a number 3. He's not a number 2, not a number 1. Like, as a number 3, like a guy that's not gonna get much attention from defenses, but they have to respect it because. Not only, like, they could move Devontae Parker on the outside, they can keep him on the inside. They might move Devontae Smith on the inside at times because Kellen Moore likes to move his receivers around and not make. That's why Kellen Moore is so creative. What he takes from Boise State, what he's learned from Boise State with his coaching. I mean, he loves moving guys around. We got a super chat from Nifty350D. Says, hopefully Barkley pass blocks better than Swift. Pretty sure that was his biggest weakness and caused a drop in his value. I think Barkley could block really well. Barkley could block, dude. Barkley is a 3-down back that could do everything. He's a receiving back, especially if they throw that man on stride. Forget about it. I mean, he's great after the catch, open space. I mean, he's got great vision. He's got great speed. He's hard to take down. I mean, Saquon Barkley could block. Don't worry about Saquon Barkley not being able to block. He can block. I mean, hopefully you've watched him a lot because he can. Let's see. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. We got Michael Wilson. What's going on, man? This is with the super chat. Thank you so much. This Giants bitter as hell. Danny pennies over Saquon. Crazy, dude. I mean, it's the Eagles, like, dude, like this has happened before because it's this new age of the world we're living in. It's like everybody makes such a big deal out of shit like this. You know, Darrelle Revis goes from the Jets to the Patriots. You know, Deshaun Jackson goes from the Eagles to Washington, which wasn't his fault. You know, it was our head coach's fault at the time. You know, like, we never, like, said, oh, you're dead to me. Oh, I hate this play. You know, like, Zach Ertz goes to the Commanders. Like, we're not like, you know, we don't like it, but it's not like, we know Zach Ertz ain't great. You know, we're not like, we love Zach Ertz, but come game time, like, he ain't doing a fucking thing in that offense. You know, like, I don't wish him the best when he plays us, but, you know, we're not bitter about it. We were bitter about Deshaun Jackson, but not like that. We weren't attacking the player. We were attacking the coach. They should be attacking their front office. The fans should be mad at the front office. Should have gave Barkley what he wanted. If he was the main face of your offense and you've been fucking up and not signing, they can't even sign a number one wide receiver. They got nobody scary in that offense. And because, like, you have no weapons, now everything is zoned in on Saquon Barkley. And it's an easy offense to stop. Now the world is finally going to see what Barkley looks like behind a top 3 offensive line with, just imagine, like, under center, running from under center, pre-snap motion. I mean, being with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and the rest of these guys, like, the world is finally going to see what Saquon looks like behind an offensive line like this. And it's going to be one of the most exciting things we have ever seen. And it's going to be great. So I feel really good about it. So appreciate the super chat, Michael. I'm starting to get disappointment and lack of movement. I think we're fine, dude. Like, I think all they need to do is trade Sweat, extend Reddick, and you know, if they, you know, and go out and trade for a linebacker. I mean, I think that's it. You got a whole entire draft now, so I think they're honestly set. Like, you're not gonna have an all pro at every position. You need a scheme fit type player at certain positions. You can't go crazy with it. You can't, you know, I know the Eagles lost on Xavier McKinney. They got Chauncey back. I'm glad they got Chauncey back. You got a hybrid player back. Just imagine, like, down the road, you have Sidney Brown and Chauncey in the secondary now, which is great because both of them could play corner and safety. To be honest, I actually really like Sidney Brown as a future safety for this team. So there's a lot of great things to take from it. A lot of great things. So we got rid of Douglas and someone else developed him. Who, Rasul Douglas? Rasul Douglas has been to 4 other teams. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it took him, he went to Green Bay. He went to, like, what? He went to the Raiders. He went to, I forgot where else he went. He went to, there's probably another team in there. He went to the Raiders. He went to Green Bay, the Bills. I think there's another team. I could be wrong. But he's been to like 3-4 other teams. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, it's like we should have kept him. Look where he is now. It's like, and I'm sorry, but Rasul hasn't really played fucking well. I don't think Rasul played great for the Bills either. You know, Tre'Davious White went went down, so I think they made the trade. He played for the Patriots as well. You know what I mean? Like, I can't think like that. Like, yeah, like, but he's been to like he's been like the Panthers, right. So he's been, yeah. So he's been to I think he played, he was with the Raiders too. I remember he was with the Raiders. He's been to 4 other teams, dude. 4 other teams. Jeremy said a lot of people think we draft a linebacker in the first, but that's not good. Slay old Blueberry is old, both coming up the end of their deals. Let's get a day 1 starter, stud cornerback, draft Trotter or Coop with the second. Maybe. I mean, I think there's got to be a change at corner, regardless. Even Tyrann Matthew said it's Saquon running for 2K. I'm telling you, dude, if Saquon goes off, yeah, the Giants are going to look even worse. It's going to look even bad. Like, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Saquon. I don't think it's going to phase him at all. You know, I don't think it's going to phase him whatsoever. Saquon Barkley's so happy to be in Philadelphia. Like the smile that he had coming out of the SUV. I said, me on Zach Ertz going to Washington, like Anakin said, if you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Yeah, I get it. Like, look, like Commanders have look, I know like everyone's like, oh my God, the Commanders are signing so many people, but they had over $93 million in cap space. They had over $93 million in cap space. But the more cap space you have, the more you're going to give out some bad contracts if you're not careful. Okay. The Tennessee Titans is a pure example of signing Calvin Ridley. They signed Calvin Ridley, $92 million deal. I mean, why? You know what I mean? Like, he had one. I mean, he's coming off after him being suspended. He had a 1,000-yard season, which is great. But that's, you know, when you have all that money, you got to be careful because you lock yourself into contracts that some players might be worth a big contract, but not that fucking big. Okay. Not that big at all. Looks like 49ers star wide receiver Brandon Ayuk and the Jaguars have mutual interest in a trade. Yeah, I don't think they're giving Ayuk a big extension. I think that's a bad contract, honestly. So it looks like Anthony Pittman is signing with the Commanders. When you have this much money, you could sign as many players as you want. Like, you have over $90 million in cap space. You literally could do whatever you want. But the thing is, like, the reason they can make all these moves is because the Commanders are not paying a quarterback franchise money right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not paying a guy that much money. They're not paying a guy that much money. Brock Purdy's the same way. 49ers could sign a lot of guys, you know what I mean? Because they're not paying a franchise quarterback right now. Now, the Eagles could still sign a lot of people. I mean, the Eagles still have $40 million in cap space. They saved about a couple $1 million. Okay, they saved about a couple $1 million, $1 to $2 million just from the Jake Elliott extension. But we're being smart, okay? You know, the less money you have, the more creative you can be, you know, and the smarter you could be with the money. That's why Harry Roseman is the best at doing it, okay? It's like making a horror movie, okay? If I have $20 million to make a horror movie and I add all these digital effects and I could take the shortcut route and not make things practical and not be smart about it, it turns into a shit movie. But if I have like $100,000, okay? $100,000 to make a horror movie, and I'm, you know, sometimes having little money means you have to be more creative and when you do certain things. Okay, it sounds stupid, but it's realistic. You know, Halloween, Michael Myers, Halloween. Okay, Halloween was made at that was a $200,000 film that turned into a phenomenal. One of the craziest, most successful franchises of all time. You know what I mean? So with little money, you got to be more creative. Then you have these teams that have all this fucking money and they lock these guys up. They just sign. You know, on top of not having a quarterback, you know, then, you know, that's what happens. You know? So the Dolphins are signing former Washington Commanders cornerback Kendall Fuller. Damn, that's a good deal. 2 years, 16.5 mil. We got a super chat from Euro Campanoza. What's going on, man? Says personally, I think Parker will be cut before the beginning of the season. Think it's an experiment. Need to draft wide receiver middle of the second. Can't risk it. I mean, yeah, look, potentially he could suck. Who knows? He could totally be horrible. Totally. No doubt. It could be the case, man. It could be the case. But I give him a shot, though. For $1 million, fuck it, dude. It's nothing. Mr. Reese says Saquon's on the warpath. Lots of disrespect coming his way since the move. Oh, yeah, of course. When it's a division rival, of course it is. Eagles Forever with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, how about DeAndre Swift tampering? Yeah, that's something that, you know, that's something that I'm surprised the league hasn't looked into. I don't know why, since he was signed so damn early. You know, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this whole thing goes with Swift and why at this point, why nothing happened at this point. I don't know. Kind of weird. But I was like, that was a very quick signing. Because the practical effects always better. It is, man. It totally is. Angus Skyward, so I'm really high on Cam Curl. Do you think it's possible to get him? Yeah, maybe. I mean, they haven't got him, but hopefully, you know, they I think they still need to add another body. They need another body. They need another edge rusher to another defensive tackle. I think they need another safety. You gotta have 3 safeties in the building at least. So we'll see how that goes. See here. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything, and we're looking like we're all right. We're looking like we're all right now. Let's see. Matt says Brazil game this year is a home opener, still gonna screw me all the way up. Oh, that's all right. It is what it is. It's one game. It is what it is. Just one game. So one game. Counts as a home game, which kind of sucks. But Kendall Fuller's gone. I mean, I think the Eagles are just waiting to trade I think the Eagles are waiting to trade Sweat. They're waiting to trade Josh Sweat at this point, and they're waiting to trade for a veteran. They're going to trade for a veteran linebacker. That's what we're kind of waiting for. There's going to be a big move at linebacker, apparently. See here. Yeah, so there was a picture that got leaked from Brazil of like a Steelers jersey, and I think like it hasn't been official yet, but there are a lot of rumors flaring around that's gonna be Eagles Steelers in the Brazil game, first game. Yeah, that's the news as of right now, not official yet. Josh Prout says, hey, what's up, Joey? Has there been any word on what kind of money Simmons is asking for? I have no idea. There's been no news on it. All it's been said right now is that the Eagles have backed out of it. Derek Gunn put out a tweet that Eagles backed out because you know, apparently the money's too high. I mean, look, the more days that roll by and he's not even signed at this point, I could probably believe that his price will go down and there could be a chance. And I would, let me tell you something. I would load up, keep Reed as your third safety, have Justin Simmons and Chauncey. Those are 2 hybrid safeties you're going to have. You know what I mean? You can always move guys around, especially get Sidney Brown back into the mix during the season too, which would be great. You know what I mean? You can move pieces around and you won't be missing a beat. The more hybrid players you have, the more if you know, if someone gets injured or something happens, I'm telling you. McRibs and Zachers to Washington, Jalen Mills to the Giants in the same offseason. You're dead to us. Good luck. You're dead to me. Matt said the last couple of years, Goddard injury weren't even his fault. No, it's true. It always happens to him, though. It always happens to him. Hero says that grass better be World Cup grass in Brazil. No one better get soft tissue injuries over there. Yeah, I know. What you're afraid of, man. Shit like that. It's already enough we got to play at MetLife once a year. And if we're not facing the New York Jets, you know, we had to play on it 2 times. Kind of sucked. We got a super chat from Keeping the Main Thing. Needs help says, I never ever liked the Giants since Lawrence Taylor. I'm glad the NFL allowed the rivalry to be revived. Welcome to Philly, Saquon, go Birds. Revived rivalry, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's amped it up a little bit, but are we really worried about the New York Giants? Yeah. The only thing they've done good this offseason is really build their defensive line. Brian Burns gets a big deal. They give up multiple picks. Like, they still don't have a quarterback. They're signing offensive linemen. Like, you know, they're just, you know, they got Drew Lock now. They got Drew Lock. They're not going to draft a guy. They're going to keep they're going to have Drew Lock. I don't think Drew Lock's going to be a backup. I think Drew Lock is there to start, to be honest with you. That team is just going down. So I don't care about these great defensive lines. I mean, yeah, Brian Burns is good, you know, Dexter Lawrence, you know, I get it, you know. Eagles fans said the crime in Brazil is crazy, though. Tourists are likely to get robbed. The fuck? Matt says, because it doesn't seem like Goddard has a type of injury in the worst time every year, which sucks. Hopefully this could be finally the year he stays healthy for us. Fingers crossed. And hopefully by the end of this year, we find out. Let's see if they draft a tight end late in the draft, maybe an undrafted free agent. Albert O is the second tight end right now. Jack Stahl is a free agent right now. Grant Calcaterra is on the roster, but he's an injury prone mess. So he's really not even reliable at this point. So I'm kind of, the one thing I've been down on the Eagles for during free agency is, like, they haven't signed, like, I'm seeing like these little defensive tackle moves. Like, they really haven't signed anybody for rotation. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they need like one more defensive tackle. They need like one more defensive tackle. Like, there's all these like little rotational guys that could sign in Philadelphia. Like, and all of them have been pretty fucking, they're not expensive. They're pretty affordable. So basically, the Giants beefing up that defense just to score 3 points a game is hilarious. Because the defense can the only thing that's annoying, okay, the only thing that's really annoying as of right now, okay, is that they haven't signed any rotational guys, like, at least for DT, or, like, you know, the linebacker thing is like really annoying at this point. I mean, it is what it is, but oh yeah, Giant fans are pissed, dude. Pissed. It's not an overpay if the Eagles have a lot of cap space, so I don't get what the overpay is, you know? It's not an overpay. They think it's an overpay because of how he's played with them. I mean, you know, it is, you know, the Giants have failed their own on keeping him, so. You need 12 first-round picks for your offense to be any good. Guys, Giants ain't getting nothing from the Eagles. Kaiser White is what Howie wants. Kaiser White played well. I'm telling you this, these coordinators had no idea how to use, I mean, a lot of positions, but linebackers just, I mean, now with Bobby King coming in as the linebacker coach, Bobby King has done a really good job with linebackers, especially in Tennessee. So I think he's going to do pretty damn well. Matt said, isn't a Brazil game on a Friday? Yeah, it's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. Like I said, this just be. I think we are done until draft day. At least big moves. I mean, it depends what you think is a big move. I mean, I don't think it doesn't have to be a big move. And I don't know what the interpretation of a big move is. You're not getting. I don't think they're trading for all pro players. They're going to trade for players that could play in this defense. You can't fill every position at an all pro level. But they can get guys that fit the scheme well and will play really well under Fangio. So I think trading Sweat, seeing what draft compensation you get for him, them trading for somebody in the secondary, trading for somebody at linebacker, whether it's linebacker, corner, whatever it is, I feel like that's what we're kind of waiting for. So, Whitby says time for press conference. Should start. Josh says, "Sup, Joey? Damn, nothing today. No, nothing today. A lot of rumors of the Eagles are not done in the free agency market. Not done at all. Still going to be very active."
Wakes up dripping like.
Oh God, Kirk Cousins needs to stop. Kirk Cousins needs to stop. Let's see. So it looks like Joe Flacco will be signing a 1-year deal with the Colts. So it looks like the Cardinals are releasing veteran offensive tackle DJ Humphries. He had a $22 million cap hit. All right, so here we go. The visits for the Eagles right now for the draft, okay? The Eagles have 7 reported top 30 visits this offseason. 5 of them are being offensive linemen. Now 8. Okay, reported Edgar and Cooper planning on taking a visit with the Eagles. His name will be added to the list shortly. Okay. So the updated salary cap as of right now. Yeah. So the updated salary cap right now, the Eagles right now still have $39 million. And that's without Reddick being extended or traded for 11 plus million. I mean, theoretically, the Eagles could have back to 50. They could have $50 million. They had 40. They had beginning of free agency. They had 46, 47 million. Now, I mean, they're still at 39 million. They can still get another $11 million in cap space or more than that. Kind of insane. See here. I want to see if Cam Curl gets signed. 100% Fat Curtis is what they do. What they lose to us. Keep in mind, this is all because of Howie. Jalen did a team-friendly deal. Well, dude. I mean, team-friendly is fine. I mean, the cap hits are really. I mean, they're fine. They're great. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, that's why like the Eagles are always good to their players when it comes to contracts, and there's always an understanding between front office to players. And that's always been the thing. God, man, these Giant fans are so pissed off, and they're like, as soon as the tampering thing starts happening, oh, let's give us their first round pick. Give us like, God, I live in New York. I'm around Giant fans all the time. They're one of the weakest fan bases I've ever fucking seen. The weakest. Uriel says, trade for linebacker Olakun or linebacker Devin Lloyd from the Jags. That would be an interesting one, Uriel. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. There's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna look through some of the rosters tonight and see like who's got a couple years left on their contract. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Who else is available? What's going on, Daniel Barry? Matt, I can say at least we show our faces whether we win or lose, Curtis. I think the big cap for, I don't know what his cap is for, let me see what his cap is. His biggest cap number is going to be his last year, which we'll never see that anyway. Cap hit this year is 13.5. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. See here. Trying to change the actual year here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it goes from 13 to 21. 21 to 31, 31 to 41. 41 to 47. And then 47 to 97. Which that's a voided year anyway, it doesn't even matter. So next year, it goes up a good amount. So by about the $21 million, which still isn't horrible, to be honest. The Eagles are going to have more cap next year, too. The cap number is going up. The Eagles will have some extra cap the next few years. The whole league is getting extra cap the next few years. So I don't think the $21 million is even going to hurt us next year at all. Look, at the end of the day, it's hard to keep guys under contract. Quarterbacks keep under contract for that long to have bigger cap hits. By the time he reaches 26, I would say due to 26 to 27, okay, a new contract will probably already be in motion. The Eagles will probably never see a $31 million cap hit. The Eagles will probably never see a $41 million cap hit. It probably will never happen. By that time, they'll probably finesse his contract and extend it. So they can move more money to the last year, and then once they get close to the last year, they can extend them again, and then the Eagles will never see that big cap hit down the road. So there's a loophole in the whole thing when it comes to these contracts. So how much free agent money? I mean, technically they have free agent money in general is they technically have what, 28 million? If you want to take 10 million out, they have about 28 million to do whatever they want with, which they can. I mean, you're not signing a big time free agent or anything. You're signing more, fill in type guys that could contribute really well for some good prices out there with some cap room. But you still haven't extended Reddick or traded him. You're going to have 11 million or over $11 million for HaasonReddick either staying here. So there's still a big chunk of money coming to the Philadelphia Eagles from HaasonReddick that they're not keeping HaasonReddick on his contract for 20 million against the cap. Not happening. They're going to extend him, or if they trade him, it's $11+ million. So there's a big chunk of money coming. Andrew DeBelsa says, Howie don't want to overspend on continue to keep flexibility for the next 2-3 years, especially when you need to extend Smith. Yeah, I get it. Well, you're not extending AJ Brown. It's not that's not going to happen. By that time in a couple years, the Eagles need to put resources into receiver. You know what I mean? Which, if they got a Donnie Mitchell or something in this draft, he could be a future piece for the Eagles. If they can't keep they're not going to be able to do. They can if they want, but I don't think they're going to put 20+ million. AJ Brown's getting his big contract right now. Okay, he's getting this huge contract right now. So I mean, AJ Brown could say, "Hey, I'll take a lot less money to play with Jalen Hurts and come back to this team. I don't want to play anywhere else." AJ Brown might not want to play anywhere else. He might come for a cheaper price. So we'll see what happens. But Devontae Smith needs to get this thing extended. This has to happen. number one, you have to keep, your homegrown talent needs to be re-signed. Okay. Howie Roseman has already said, like, that's a guy that's never going to leave the building. So you already know that extension is going to happen sometime this year. It could happen before training camp. It could happen whenever. Because Dickerson saved us what, $3 million, something like that, $2 to $3 million. So see. We got super chat from Curtis Sharp. What's going on, Curtis? Says, go Birds, do or die fans here. That is true, man. That is true. Well, we keep this thing rolling every single day. Every day. I'll check out that press conference when it's done. Because I know the press conference is probably going on right now, or is it not? I don't know. It probably is at this point. Let's see here. Appreciate the super chat, man. So the top free agents available as of right now, okay? Top free agents. You have Justin Simmons, Tyron Smith, Marquise Brown. No, Marquise Brown. This is from, when is this from? Hollywood Brown's not available. 25 minutes ago? Oh, this guy doesn't know what's going on, I guess. Marquise Brown already signed, didn't he? Eric Armstead from the 49ers just got released. I think got released the other day. Kendall Fuller, he just signed. Stephon Gilmore's available. Devin White is available at linebacker. Jadeveon Clowney is visiting the Panthers. DJ Reader, defensive tackle DJ Reader, and wide receiver Tyler Boyd. So there's not much there really left. So the Eagles are looking into trades, they're looking into other things. We'll see how it goes. Now or never, bro. Now or never. See here. Oh, he hasn't officially signed yet? Okay. I thought he already did. I thought he already officially signed. Okay, so he's still available. No, I mean, no, dude. He's getting up there in age, and he's injured way too much, man. I think he's injured almost every fucking year, isn't he? Fuller signed as well, right? Ritter isn't close to Sweat and Worth. Keith thinks his Clowney's still in my memory when he ended Wentz's career in Philly. Yeah, I think so, bro. I was at that game, the Seattle Seahawks wild card. I was there. It was eight plays in, and Carson Wentz had that concussion. That was shitty, dude. I spent a lot of money that fucking day. I spent a lot of money that day. So yeah, I remember everybody in the stands was like, Carson Wentz is hurt, Carson Wentz is injured, Carson Wentz is out. I'm like, what? I was like, damn, that sucks. Alan says that could have gotten more and probably a fourth or a fifth for Sweat. That was painful for him and the crowd. Yeah, I mean, that's totally true. I think Slay has another year. I could be right. I think he's a free agent after this year, but I have Slay not even being here after this year. So he says we're getting Caleb. Stay away from Caleb Williams because he's going to be a big fucking bust, dude. That kid's attitude is one of the worst attitudes I've ever seen in a fucking quarterback, dude. Matt's in the backup playing fairly decent after, but what wasn't enough to get us. No, we didn't have the roster to win that game. I mean, dude, that was 2019, right? We won out though. We had to win out the last month of the season to get into the playoffs, and they did. Greg Ward became like the top receiver that like really saved us in a lot of games. Like that whole we had off the street wide receivers that were like trying to make a name for themselves. And they did a great job, but we didn't have enough of a big roster for the playoffs, unfortunately. It wasn't enough. Rondale Moore would have been a fucking steal. I don't know why they didn't trade for him instead of Devontae Parker, but I'll take Parker. I get it. You know, they don't want to give up. They don't want to give up draft picks, man. They don't want to give up any draft picks unless it's for a player they really want. So, you know, they feel like Devontae Parker could do just enough and prove himself this offseason to try out for this team. Then okay. I think they're looking at him more as a tryout, more as like to see what he could do throughout, you know, the offseason program, to see if he could, you know, become a valued number three for us. Clay and Bradbury needed CJ, proven fact. Oh, because CJ, you know, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has been, I mean, he's a ball hawk. I mean, I mean, when your back end is really strong, especially on some of these, you know, these picks that he was getting and some of the he did good with the Lions last year. I mean, you know, he got hurt early in the season, but he played really well. You know, he had a couple picks last year too. I mean, he still was like playing at a high level last year. It's just damn, Joey. I was at the Rams when Carson Wentz hurt his knee, and the Super Bowl 57 West Coast family fan of the champ. Damn, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that was a crazy crazy day. All right, Saquon is having his. It's on now, right? I gotta watch this later because I don't want to get copyrighted for it. Good afternoon to everyone not named James Franklin. Saquon Barkley got the Eagles hoodie on. See here.
From the other side.
Yeah, like I said, you know, from watching from afar, with everything this team about, you know, what the city is about, and they have that mentality.
You know, all the Giant fans that hate Saquon so much are probably watching this shit right now. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock that live stream right now that's going on. I'm watching it from Twitter, but it wouldn't shock me on that live stream right now that they're all shitting on him right now. Let me tell you something. If the Eagles had a player in here and barely built around a specific player and he left and had a chance to sign him and they didn't, I'm not blaming the fucking player, dude. I mean, the last thing I'd be blaming is the player. I'm not just saying it because I'm not in that situation. I'm saying that because it's fucking true. Like, Saquon's like, what is my fucking word? Like I've done everything the Giants have told me to fucking do, and I have literally tried to do as much as I possibly can with what you are giving me personnel-wise in this fucking offense. I mean, literally, it's like they were building around their fucking running back. I mean, they weren't, but you know what I mean. Like, you can't just have a great back and build shit pieces in front of it. You just can't do it. It's just ridiculous, dude. Linebacker from the Bills. I forgot his damn name. I forgot his name. I had I forgot his name. He's like 25, 26, I think. Like, and really productive. Saquon Barkley says he knows how special Philadelphia is and says it shows how badly winning means here because of them going 11-6 and it being viewed as a down year. You know, so like Saquon's like 11-6 is a down year. Like, really? So Saquon talked about why he signed. Said from watching from afar, everything they're about, the culture here, the fans here, definitely got super excited about it. I'm super happy to be a part of this organization. I'm ready to go. Saquon. Sweet. Saquon looks happy as hell. Looks happy as hell to be here, man. More speed on the Falcons are signing veteran wide receiver turn man Ray McCloud. Dude, Falcons are signing Ray McCloud. That's a good player that can play receiver and special teams. Kick return. Another great player too. Keep asking. Well, dude, the Philly media is trash, dude. They're horrible at asking questions, and they're not going to ask the serious questions because they want to keep their credentials. Why they're not going to do it, bro? They're not going to do it for that reason, dude. You know? Not going to do it. Not going to do it. That's how they've always been, bro. That's how they've always been. We got 340 in the chat right now. If you guys are enjoying the stream, definitely hit the like button as much as possible. Do appreciate so much. Let's try to get the 300 likes for this stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. I did a video early this morning, so definitely check that out. We'll have more videos tomorrow. We'll have another stream tomorrow. We're going to keep this thing going. I mean, we're still in the free agency. There's still moves to be made. We'll have the shakedown this week. Be a lot to talk about. It'll be very exciting. It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. I'm pretty pumped. Pretty pumped. So Saquon's having his interview today. We're gonna hear from Zach Bond. We're gonna hear from Bryce Huff today. So those are the three guys we'll be hearing from today. Being part of an organization that knows what they're doing and they're drafting well, and the Eagles are drafting well, and the Eagles are trying to change their ways a little bit, and to be somewhat have some normalcy with this team. At least he's part of something that's not as dysfunctional, and they actually try to put the best players around other players. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great for him. Saquon wants glory to be remembered forever. He came to the right place. he wants glory, dude. He wants to be remembered. Hold on one second. Remember something. To write something down. Okay, so I don't forget, because I forget shit all the time. Let's see here. The curse is we did the right thing by bringing on Saquon. He's going to have a great year. Shout out to the Eagles Nation. Remember, Cowboy fans watch their latest championships on VHS. That is true. I say Saquon better off with us than he ever was with the New York Midgets. VHS repair shop sold customers were 49ers and Cowboys. It was all through his agent. Saquon just cleared the tampering allegation. See, I told you guys. I told you guys. So it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all a bunch of bullshit. I told you guys, a bunch of bullshit. Everyone's gonna stop panicking over dumb shit. Crazy shit, dude. Saquon Barkley says he contacted before Wednesday from Howie Roseman was through his agents. There you go. Now everybody can shut the fuck up. Giants fans, oh, you have to give us a first round pick. This is unbelievable. Shut up. Shut the hell up. They did. I mean, they're so fucking pissed off, dude. They're so fucking mad. That's what I'm saying, dude. You can't believe everything. He man thinks says Howie is the most professional GM there is. I never believed these New York ESPN lies on us. Let's see. So many crying Giants in the press conference chat. I don't doubt it. Let me actually see. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh man. That's hilarious. It's sad, man. It's really fucking sad. Really sad. That's yeah, I know them trolls can't shut their mouths and close their eyes and keep dreaming about picks they ain't getting from us. James Franklin misunderstood. Tight end targets? I don't know. I don't think they're trading for a tight end at all, dude. I think that's I don't think that's happening whatsoever. I don't think we're doing anything like that. Dude, he does. He looks like he's just like a weight's been lifted off his fucking shoulders. Off his shoulders, dude. Too bad we're not hearing from Chauncey. The Chauncey Gardner-Johnson press conference is going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Shit, they've been mad since we got Schmitty. Supposed to have been the CJ would have been public enemy #1 if he pulled back to the Eagles deal like Frank Gore. Oh yeah, that would have been really fucking bad. That would have been really bad. Saquon says with the smile on it, it's weird to put on an Eagles hoodie and see his daughter in Eagles stuff. We've been on the worst side of the rivalry the last few years. Oh shit. Oh man, I love it. So Saquon will wear number 26. That is official. We've been on the worst side of the rivalry. That is fucking great. That is fucking great. So Saquon is wearing 26. It's confirmed. I've been on the worst side of the rivalry. Oh my god. Taking shots. Taking those shots, dude. Hell yeah. We taking shots. I love it. I fucking love it, dude. I love this shit. This is just, it's like Philly Fire says, this is how we vision we're all living. It's true, man. Because you never know what's going to happen. It's always, you never know what's going to happen ever when it comes to these off seasons are always eventful. That is great. Matt says, remember how they were saying Tony was going to be better than Smitty? Where those people now? I mean, dude, like Kadarius Toney was not a first round fucking grade. Like he should have been a second round pick. He was a day 2 pick, dude. Stupid. They're just stupid. Yeah, Julian Okwara is going to be he's a nice flash player that hasn't been, he's been a flashy player the last couple years. Unfortunately with Okwara, you know, he just hasn't really found the right scheme. He hasn't been consistent because I don't think he's been used the right way. So Fangio definitely sees something in him. So like I don't want to put it all on Okwara. Like they have to do more, you know, between the draft and trading for a linebacker. I think they have to add 2 bodies. 1 in the draft, 1 through trade. I think that's what they should do. 2 Penn State running backs to wear number 26 for the Birds, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Tommy says, Saquon is a grade A class act. It's an absolute pleasure having him to be an Eagle. Dude, he is. He's one of the most respectful players in the league, man. One of the most respected players around. Saquon Barkley says, now we can keep the main thing. Oh, shit. He's been talking to Jalen Hurts way too much. I love it. Love it, too. Yeah, so Chauncey put out a new post. Chauncey put out a new picture post on Instagram of him and you know, coming out of the tunnel as an Eagle. Pretty good. It was good. Good to see. Good to see. Saquon Barkley says he thought about number 8, but is sticking with number 26. Good call. Yeah, fuck those single-digit numbers. Bro. Really annoying. Single-digit numbers, I can't stand. Jamal Bear says Saquon was made to be an Eagle. Keep the main thing the main thing. It's a Philly thing, baby. Everybody loved to hate us. Oh, fuck it. So Saquon Barkley used to say he used to go to training camp in Lehigh as a kid. Christiana guy said, I looked at Aguar to be another edge, but we know we have too many edge players, not enough of ball players. Yeah. Falcons signed Ray McLeod. That's a good signing. Good signing for them. Chauncey about to take Steve Nelson's old number for us. Yeah, Chauncey's taking number 3, and then he deleted it. Is he taking number 3? Who's 23 right now? Yeah, I've never been, you know what, Byron? I've never been like weird about Devontae Smith being number 6. It's always felt natural with him.
How's everyone doing?
He said, damn, Joe, they just got me fired up. Will our defense be able to get off to the damn field on 3rd down this year? I hope so. But I'm telling you right now, like, add more young talent to this fucking group. This, I'm telling you right now, like, they got to add defensive players in this draft. To go young with this defense this year, go trade for a veteran guy at linebacker, and just go fucking draft young dudes this year. Seriously, because this passing game needs to be right. The run game needs to be right. The creativity needs to be enhanced like crazy. You got to put 35 plus, 40 plus points on teams. Like, they got to be dominant this year. I mean, from what I'm getting around the league is like, I mean, especially from reporters for the NFL, like a lot of reporters think that this offense is going to go off under Kellen Moore, and then with Saquon Barkley add to the mix, a lot believe that the Eagles are going to go. You know, I mean, look, at the end of the day, like, look, the Eagles have had 4 different coordinators in 2 years. You know, I mean, you switch coordinators like that, it's just, you know, it sucks, but. Oh, there you go. Veteran defensive tackle DJ Reader has agreed terms with the Lions on a 2-year deal. All right, DJ Reader's off the board now. Let's see. Alex Rose said Barkley stated that Coach Franklin misunderstood him. That was how he told his agent to relay him, so he knew it was a big selling point. Aaron says I can Saquon and Hurts working out all summer, especially since Hurts doesn't really throw to running backs much. Oh, they'll be working out. I mean, Saquon is one of Saquon works his ass off in the offseason. I mean, I mean, to say that he wants to be remembered and like shit, dude. It's crazy shit, dude. He wants to be remembered, bro. There. Yeah, DJ Reader to Lions. Yep. Aiden Malik says Dallas Cowboys are imploding this year. They might be a third best team in the division. Music to my ears. Yeah, Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson's old number. I mean, I don't know if that's true, though. I mean, we'll find out this week when he has his presser. We'll find out. Because apparently he put that tweet up of him wearing number 3, and then he fucking, or his Instagram, then he deleted it. So he might not be getting number 3. I don't know. Enrique Garcia says, Joey, Saquon rushed for 1,200 yards in 14 games with the Giants. I'm so excited to see what he's going to do with the Eagles. And with this offensive line, with Jalen Hurts getting the attention that he does on the field, getting Jalen Hurts' speed back, you know, not being injured. Number 3 is Nolan. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe there's a switch off. Maybe, I don't know. Here says Jerome Baker would be nice. Yeah, Jerome Baker played for Vic Fangio. Unfortunately, he's already visiting teams right now. The Eagles are not on that list as of now. Well, the problem with Devin White right now, unfortunately, is the problem with Devin White right now is he got beat out of his job. So as like a cheap signing for Devin White to come here is not a bad thing. I think they need to add 2 bodies regardless. So we'll see. So FAO Bada gets re-signed for the Washington Commanders. So he says, shout out to Joey Shakes 500. Like, subscribe, Joey. I nearly flipped your lid. I saw you guys on the monitors in the Eagles war room last draft. Oh yeah, dude. AJ Brown, dude. AJ Brown trade. Yeah, it was amazing, bro. Totally true. Saquon Barkley says he has spoken to Jalen Hurts since the signing with the team. Jamal says Devin White, Isaiah Simmons, and trade Sweat for a young corner like Asante Samuel. Yeah, that'd be great. We love Isaiah Simmons, another hybrid player that can tackle. I think he would fit really well in this system. Luke Scholar says, Joey, my friend is a Bucks fan. He said White is trash. He might be trash. He might. I mean, I don't know. I think you have to give him a chance, for cheap money. Yeah, Frankie Louvu got picked up by the who picked him up? Did somebody in the division pick him up? Did Washington sign him? Or no? I know he was there. I know he's gone. I say, Joey, would you do a player for player swap Sweat for Samuel Jr.? Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Asante Samuel Jr. will cost you like $4 million for the year, so he's cheap. Last year of his deal. I don't understand why everyone has Isaiah Simmons so low. I feel like he's been misused. Oh yeah, I think so too. I think so 100%. Yeah, he did go to the Commanders. Yeah, Commanders signed a lot of good players, man. They signed what's his face. They signed that they seem really good at safety, linebacker. They got Bobby Wagner. They got Frankie Louvu. I mean, they don't have a quarterback. They're not paying a quarterback right now. They got a lot of money because of that. They pretty much reset. They're pretty much rebuilding right now. See how it goes. See how it goes. Isaiah Simmons is just not good at one thing. What, tackling? I thought he was a good tackler. You're talking about coverage. Depth chart shows Reddick, Bond, Dean, and Huff as linebackers for 3-4. Davis, nose tackle. Carter, DT, Milton used as a DE. I think they're going to end up drafting at least 2 linebackers. Only depth is Bradley and Ben Van. Oh, there's rumors that they're going to trade for a veteran, and I think they're going to the draft. If they're trading for a veteran linebacker and they already have Edwin Cooper on a visit, they're going to double down at linebacker. It's what it seems like. I'm hoping that's where it goes. Yuck says we need bull rushers to the edge, not those bend guys because of DC defensive style. Bishop would know in coverage. No, is a coverage guy, but terrible run defender. That's why AZ used him as a slot. Interesting. Well, maybe they'll sign him. We'll see. Here he said, what could Howie be cooking? That hasn't been signed in a long time. We need to get Simmons. Linebacker and try to get Cam Curl. Well, I mean, yeah, it's linebacker. I mean, linebacker is going to be a big one. Now, I don't know if they sign a veteran guy, depending on if they trade for a veteran guy that has a couple years left or something like that. The Eagles can have some low cap numbers for a big time, veteran guy. I don't know. We're going to find out, All right, so now we got what? We got Bryce Huff. Missouri Commanders, terrible team name. Hopefully the tribe that are suing get the name returned to the Redskins. No flies, though. Gag say, hey, Joey, how you feel Eagles giving Cunningham and Shaq a chance again? Shaq, I'm not interested in. Cunningham, maybe. Maybe. Devondre Campbell would be, I think he's a free agent. They released him. So he'd just be a sign. I mean, that's a veteran guy right there. They saved a lot of cap. They had to get rid of him because they had saved cap from him. David Nikongo says Eagles were trying to get Flacco as a backup, but he got offered more. Yeah, yeah. So he looks like he signed with the Colts. I know the Raiders had interest as well. So he signs with the Colts on a 1 year. Hone says we got youth on defense with a mix of veteran presence, and we will be much improved, especially the cornerback position. All the young stud receivers coming in nowadays, playing Bradbury won't cut it. No, and I honestly, I don't care. Like, if they got to keep Slay for 1 more year is perfectly fine. Okay, as much as I really don't like him as a player right now, because of his attitude and what he says certain things throughout the year, I didn't really like. But Bradbury, I think, needs an extension cut. So. Here, Mr. Campbell just got cut. I like him too. Diane says Josh Sweat for Fields is picking up on Twitter. Really? Josh Sweat for Fields? Bryce Huff mentions the culture and the players here in Philadelphia is why the fit made sense to come to the Eagles. Ux Flex says if you broke your back, you'd be a little skittish the first season. Baggers up. Oh yeah, I mean he's had back surgeries and neck surgeries. Like he's had a couple back surgeries. Yeah, I mean, but you know, the Eagles have to make sure like if they're gonna bring him, if they want to bring him back, then that he's gonna be, you know, if he's still not gonna be 100%, I'm not bringing him back. But I kind of want to get out of that route. I want to go trade for somebody else or go sign somebody else. Dude, why is Boston Scott having a presser? What the fuck? Joshua Dobbs? Maybe. Yep, I'm seeing the Sweat for Fields option too. I don't even see that news. You should get. Yeah, I wonder who our next Asian Zero is going to be this year. It's probably going to be a fucking practice squad guy. I like Scott. Get rid of Gainwell. I mean, they didn't even use Scott last year at all. I think he would have been a waste bringing him back. And he, as a kick returner, you're not getting kick returns anymore with this new rule now. So you're barely getting any kick returns now. Because you're looking on Twitter and not X. Oh, I'm on X. Trust me. Let's see here. Damn, I mean, from the words that Saquon, it says, I'm on the better side of the rivalry. I got out of the worst side of the rivalry, whatever he said. Like, that's just, man, that's great. Just great. Corey Davis is coming out of retirement, applying for reinstatement to the NFL. The Jets are releasing him from the tired list, but a return for the New York is in play if it's on a different contract. Corey Davis, huh? It's a Sweat to Bears for Justin Fields and TJ Edwards. Yeah, well, they're definitely not getting TJ Edwards now. I mean, he's still on I mean, he's not even on an expensive contract. Bryce Huff doesn't mind what side he lines up on at all. Oh, it's Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff will wear number 0. There you go. Bryce Huff will wear number 0 for the Eagles. There it is. We were just talking about it a second ago. Oh boy. They should keep 23. Speaking of Scott, thoughts on Nick Scott, safety from Bengals that got released? I don't really know him too much as a player, so I'm not really sure. All right, so I feel like N'Kobe will excel in this scheme as far as pass coverage. He wasn't getting any touches. The whole team quit. I can't measure guys based on last year. It sucked for all involved. Yeah, you can't. How are you supposed to? How are you supposed to, evaluate your roster by the way you play last year with no adjustments and, you know? Damn, a dark horse emerges. The Jaguars are closing on deal to add huge presence to their defense as they're set to sign 49ers defensive tackle Eric Armstead. Damn. Jaguars are signing a lot of people too. They're loading up as well. That was fast. You're going to Florida. You're not, you got no taxes involved. So I think anybody likes to sign with those teams. Bryce Huff says he'll be wearing number 0 next season. It's just a cool number. It's just a cool number. Bryce Huff will wear number 0 for the Eagles. Get ready to tape over those Swift jerseys. I didn't buy a Swift jersey for that exact reason of him not staying. Like, thank God I didn't. I almost did. I almost did. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins will be cheap. He's coming off an ACL. Luke Sowers, Dallas Championship thought drought is more than 26. It's almost, it's like 30. As a reporter asked if Huff will start. I mean, that's a dumb question. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a stupid question. Wait, now it says Armstead's. Wait, what? Now it says Armstead's signing with the Bills? Oh, is that a fucking fake account? No, it's not. Rappaport said he's going to the Jags. She just deleted it. She just deleted it. Yep, Diana Rossini just deleted the tweet. Just fucking deleted it. Yep. Yep. Here we go. Eric Armstead to the Jags are going to be good. We got faced the Jags this year too, don't we? In Philadelphia. Doug Pierce is coming back to Philly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know who would buy it. Why would you buy a Swift jersey on a 1-year deal? I mean, especially with how they don't pay running backs and don't extend running backs. I mean now that's different, but so if the draft start today, what are the Eagles' drafting needs? Offensive line, corner, safety. Later in the draft, I think it's really just linebacker, corner, defensive line depth, another top talent there, offensive line. Yeah, linebacker is really the key as well. So, a comment made earlier. I'm not looking forward to Brazil. Do you remember the Mexico City where they were shining laser pointers at Matt Schraub's face? I don't remember that. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen. A QB trade. Commanders are sending last year's starter Sam Howell to the Seahawks in a pick swap. Oh shit, dude. What's going on? Am I reading this right? Commanders are sending last year's starter Sam Howell to a Seahawks in a pick swap. So Seahawks receive Sam Howell, a 4th-round pick, and a 6th. Commanders receive a 3rd and a 5th. Yeah, Sam Howell had some really good games this year. Then he really fell apart, and then kind of fell apart at the end of the year. But Okay. I would most likely get a Kelly Green, Saquon, Barkley jersey. Also, we could get rid of Reddick and Sweat and have Huff and go sign Chase Young for both edge rushers. Be young for the next few years. No. I mean, you're not getting rid of dude, do not get rid of Sweat and Reddick. You're getting rid of one of them, and it's definitely going to be Josh Sweat. I'm not getting rid of HaasonReddick. Not happening. Not happening. No way. Am I getting rid of two guys for Chase Young? No. Chase Young is already visiting teams right now. So I don't think he'll be on our list. So yeah, I've got to the Bills. What's going on, Lord Dagger? What's going on, man? Yeah, it's been a crazy day today, bro. We got these press conferences now. We got these press conferences, a lot of things going on. So yeah, don't get rid of Hassan. I mean, it doesn't look like, as of right now, it doesn't look like they're getting rid of HaasonReddick. They can't. I mean, they really can't get rid of him right. Alan says that's been okay with getting rid of both as long as we can get at least a second. Yeah, I mean, look, like, I don't want to get rid of Reddick because I feel like his value is way too high, and teams aren't going to give up a first round pick, unfortunately, because it's just not going to happen because he's turning 30 in fucking September. Okay. If you get a first round pick for Reddick for this year's draft, I would do it in a heartbeat, but I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it instantly. But if you're not getting a first round pick for Reddick, I'm keeping him here. And HaasonReddick's not declining. He's not a declining player right now. Not even a little bit. So, no issue with HaasonReddick. Josh Sweat, a third to fourth round pick. I'm guessing that's where we're going to go. Let's see. And now this will likely cross off Seahawks as a potential Justin Fields destination. Oh my God. Sorry. Trying to. Thomas said, if we're moving on from Sweat, it better be a trade. There's no logical justification. No, I mean, let me look to see. It doesn't make sense to cut him. Like, why would you cut him? See. Oh, dude, he's a cut pre-June, 14.5 in dead cap, and then they're gonna lose 5.4 in money if they just flat out cut him. They're gonna lose like $5.4 million if they cut him. No fucking way. Cut post June. Yeah, so cut post June is about even. So if they cut him post June, they'll get 4.3. They'll be in dead cap about 4.7. So that they won't even get. It won't matter. That's it. That cuts it about even. Trading him pre-June. Yeah, they're gonna lose. Can they designate him for a post-June trade? I mean, can they do that? I mean, it's about even. So I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with this contract that they take a lot of money off the books for the Eagles, so they don't have to be stuck with a $5 million hole right now if they cut him. But there's got to be something that's. I guess we'll find out. It makes no sense to me why cutting him is definitely not going to happen. That's a stupid move. That's definitely something that you don't want to do. Definitely not. No doubt. Definitely not. Google said, I have a weird feeling we're about to trade for Surtain. I don't feel like we're going to do it, but we'll see. There is a possibility they could be trading for some secondary help. We'll see what happens. They trade for Surtain or Asante Samuel or something like that. You could definitely put, you know, taking corner off the first round. Terrence says Sam Howell was traded to Seattle for a pick swap. What are they brewing over there? No idea. Keep it real. So no one wants to see Fields here. He would cost draft picks. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trading for a backup quarterback. I mean, that's especially if he's not going to be here long term. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? You got to give him a contract, so it's not worth it. Potentially not being on the field. Alan says Reddick's value after the Burns is probably our max of second, but close to a third. Yeah, I mean, I hope they get a second round pick. I'm hoping they would get a second round pick if that was the case for Reddick, but I wouldn't trade him for a second rounder. I'd go if a first is on the table, I would take it, but no. Looks as if Howie hasn't signed Jerome or Justin yet. It's because he doesn't want to pay what they're asking. That's true. Oh, that already came out about Justin Simmons. I mean, the price is going to go down. I mean, as the days roll on, Justin Simmons is going to the money is going to go down. So Zach Baun, the new Eagles linebacker, says I'm down to play whatever and do whatever. So the Eagles linebacker says he's not sure whether he'll play more on the edge or more off the ball, and he can do both. He can do both. He's not a bad coverage guy. He's actually a really nice balanced linebacker. He hasn't had a really successful career, but this past year has been a nice uplifting to his value. So see here. See, Jamal Pierce, that's why I think Denver hasn't gave him a contract extension yet. Plus, I believe they have the cap space. Algar says Horn, Surtain, Samuel, or Sneed. Who'd you take? Out of all of them, I take Surtain. I take Surtain or Sneed, to be honest. Yeah, Armstead went to the Jags. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy draft, bro. And the Eagles. They got a lot of compensation right now. We're not even done yet because if they're, you know, we're looking to trade for somebody. I've heard rumors of linebacker. I've heard rumors of more secondary help. It could be a cornerback. I don't know. I think there's a couple trades in the works, maybe, and at least one trade, at least we could say. I think going forward, you know, you got a draft for a lot of needs for the Eagles right now. You have a really good draft going forward. So that's just going to be interesting to see what we do in this draft. Juan says Allen goes gross Burns to 25. Reddick is 30 and needs a new contract. Best you're getting is a third. I hope not. I hope they fleece somebody. Not really fleece. I want more for Reddick. I want more for Reddick if that's the case. You know what I mean? I want more for Reddick. But I know you're not getting a second round pick for Josh Sweat. Probably not. Gonna be a third to a fourth with Josh Sweat. Miami Dolphins are expected to sign Deshaun Hand, per source. Familiar faces back. So Zach Baun said that TJ Edwards reached out to him after he signed with the Eagles. Says TJ told him he'll love Philadelphia. How do they have a connection? How does Zach Baun have a connection to? How does Zach Baun have a connection to TJ Edwards? They played college together. Was Zach? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Zach Bond says Vic Fangio was the reason why he came to Philly. He feels like he's a good fit for the defense. Hey, see, there are players out there that like Vic Fangio. Like, you know, there's players that don't. There's players that hate him. But you have a guy. I mean, look, Zach Bond. Like, you have a guy that can play edge. You could play linebacker. I mean, it's great to have a guy that's played both and played both pretty damn well. Even this past year, hasn't really had the most successful career, but this past year, the guy could move around, bro. The guy could tackle. He had a couple picks this year. Let's see. Dolphins are expected to sign Cowboys defensive line Neville Gallimore. Source say the former third rounder reunites with DL coach Austin Clark in Miami, and Gallimore and Clark have trained together. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be a lot of good to be. I'm definitely gonna make a video on this whole entire press conference tonight, which is good because I definitely want to get some stuff out regarding what was said today, and it should be awesome. Broncos players gave up 70 points against Dolphins. McDaniels wasn't even trying to run the score up. I don't know if any of those guys would give us the tenacity we desire. I don't know. It's going to be a trade, though. I mean, Devin White's not going to be enough, and it's not promising because he wasn't even a fucking pure starter this year. So it's got to be somebody that is leaning towards having, it's going to be a player that's counted towards the cap for another team that they may think about moving maybe after this year or something that they can get rid of right now, and how he might, try to pounce on something. So we'll see. Does anyone think about Fangio's defense when they're talking? It says, I know how he was calling everyone asking about the possibility with trades before extending Sweat and extending Reddick and keeping Sweat. Uriel, what's going on? Appreciate the super chat, man. It says Commanders trade Hal to Seahawks. Jags sign Armstead. He could have been a good bet for our DT room. Jags only got $3 million in cap. How we go get linebacker? They gotta get somebody. Tyrell Dotson, that's the guy's name from the Bills. Yes. I think he's like 25, 26, and he's a really good coverage guy too, man. I think he would be fantastic. Tyrell Dotson's the guy. I forgot his name today. I had his name in my head. I was like, oh yeah, I was going to talk about this guy today. But that could be a potential trade with the Bills. So we'll see. It's another guy I'm very high on. Evan says thoughts on erection. Nice one. Misery says looks like so Snead hasn't resigned with Chiefs. No. They're still trying to trade him right now. They're still trying to trade him. The Titans are apparently the front runners right now. Last time I checked, they're the front runners. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Ravens are expected to sign backup Josh Johnson. Let's see. Oh, Uriel, thank you for that super chat, by the way. Sorry, I'm all over. I'm like looking from Twitter to the chat. this to that, so I'm like, I'm not even thinking. Let's see. Tommy says, well, Lurie is willing to pay out of pocket up front because of secure big contracts. Assigned bonuses are spread, but over time against the cap. Most owners don't do that. That's why we're special. Yeah, and a lot of players don't have to agree to shit like that either. You know, they never have to agree to stuff like that. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We got 329 in the chat, strong. Appreciate everybody joining on the day 4 of Eagles free agency. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Cover the Eagles every single day. We're going to have another stream tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier tomorrow. And make sure you hit the like button to the live stream and like up the live stream like crazy. I do appreciate it so much. We have 292 likes. Let's try to get to 300 likes. Boom, get it done. Let's go. Appreciate it so much. It's going to be nuts, dude. Like, we have a few weeks, you know, we have a bit. We still got the draft soon. You know, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of draft stuff coming out, and you know, we'll see what they do in the next week. I would say by the end of next week, you know, we'll kind of get. Hopefully, things will get done. We'll be officially done. Free agency / trades, and hopefully, you know, we'll be on the right path to what we think their Eagles are going to do, which will kind of designate what we think what we think they're going to do in this draft. So pretty pumped. Appreciate everybody with the 300 likes as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being big supporters, and thank you for you know, always you know, giving me all your takes. Do appreciate it. Beyond. I'm telling you, almost every team does that. I think the Eagles take DB who you liking. I like Terrion Arnold a lot. I like Quinion Mitchell. I think both of them are really solid. So we'll see. We will see. Quinion Mitchell will probably be my number 1 guy right now. And then I'd probably go Kool-Aid to Terrion. So if they went Ennis Rakestraw in the 2nd round, I wouldn't mind that either. Because I think he fits the scheme very well. Let's see what the biggest need is going to be after another week. Like, if they still don't have a linebacker by another week going down, I mean, they could trade for a linebacker 3 weeks from now. I mean, we don't know. It could happen any day. I wish they could get it done early. You know. Let's see. Craig says the whole story on the Saquon Barkley fiasco. Nothing. There's no fiasco at all. The tampering stuff. Apparently, Roseman was in talks with his agent. So that bullshit thing that came out from that Giants reporter or whatever it was a bunch of BS. It wasn't true at all. All of it was said. So that's what it sounds like right now. Definitely was a big lie today. A big lie today. Sweat won't be cut. Howie ain't dumb. No. As you see, isn't our first 22 sounds like we're trading up? 100% they're trading up. 100%. Whether it's 1 spot, 2 spots, they're trading up some point. I think they're trading up twice, to be honest. I think they're trading up twice. Those 2 second rounders, your 3 fifths, your 3rd. They have enough ammo to trade up again. I think they should trade up twice, to be honest. Depends what they're going after. Like, if they're going cornerback and they're interested in a few of them, they could stay at 22. If they're going after a pass rusher, edge rusher, especially, you know, if they want Latu, they're gonna have to trade up. Versus, you know, Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson might fall a little bit. We'll see. So Saquon Barkley says that the Giants and Commanders showed interest in him before he chose to sign with the Eagles. Damn, even the Commanders had interest in Saquon too. Even said we needed a bruiser back and we got him. Saquon, welcome to Philly, bro. You seen that Bryce Huff is wearing number 0? Yeah, dude. Number 0 on a defensive end, dude. Hell yeah. It was so weird. We were talking about like who's gonna be the next Agent 0, and yeah, it looks like and it happened like 23 seconds later. Like literally like 23 seconds later. Kind of crazy. Make sure you check the pinned comment and the live chat. Obviously, become a member to the channel for obviously support, but the extra content we've been putting out as well. I haven't put one out in the last couple of days because free agency has been kind of crazy with the streams and the videos and all that. So we're gonna have a video out by tomorrow. And we're gonna have videos every day on the memberships. We've already had there's about 4 or 5 of them out right now, but you guys get the extra content. Doesn't matter what tier you get, it's all for support at the end of the day and extra content. So stuff that I put on is you know, stuff that gets copyrighted that I can't put on normal videos, so I put them on the memberships and stuff. So definitely check that out. A lot of people have been diving into the memberships as well, so appreciate it. These guys said Bryce Huff or Brian Burns with 0. Alex says Chiefs will dangle Steed out there. They want the Vikings to buy because they want Jefferson. They're not. I mean, they get rid of Jefferson. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, if Washington got rid of Sam Howell, man, they're definitely going after a quarterback now.
I'm really excited to be here.
Oh my god, this is funny. See, Alexander Ford. What up, Joey? Just got off from work, but I was thinking of Josh Sweat for Fields and a 5th round pick, along with Bears paying Fields his 2.4 salary for the year. I don't want to give up picks for a fucking backup quarterback, dude. There's got to be more interest for Josh Sweat. There's got to be more interest out there. No way. I mean, they want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get rid of Sweat, and get draft picks. I mean, you're gonna get rid of draft picks and get a draft pick back. So it's just like, I don't want to trade. I don't want to give away draft picks for a backup quarterback that's not going to be here long term. You know what I mean? They're taking Drake May for sure. I want Devin White and Buda Baker. Brad says Madden is updated with free agency up to Hal going to see how somebody has a lot of time on their hands. Miguel says, did you see Eagles just picked up a linebacker from Dallas? They would get more of the Chiefs, want Jefferson bad. Chris says All-Stars, rejects, or Dream Team 5. No, we receive pick. I'm not trading for a backup quarterback. Definitely not happening. Devin White and Buda Baker, huh? I don't know, man. I mean, they're not signing. I mean, they're taking their sweet ass time. I mean, Devin White's not getting any interest unless he's waiting to get more money, which he's definitely not going to get. See. You think Howie's going to do anything today? I don't know, dude. I'm not really sure because a trade can happen whenever. I mean, I don't know how much. Apparently they still have interest in the free agent market, but they have interest in making 1 of 2 trades or 1 trade in general for a second, somebody in the secondary. It could be a linebacker. It could be a corner. I don't know. So it can happen this week. It can happen next week. It can happen whenever, really. You know what I mean? So a lot of time. A lot of time. So we got 284 in the chat. We've been on live stream for almost 3 hours. We're probably going to go for another few minutes because really nothing's going on. I want to get some other stuff done before like tomorrow. I'm going to schedule some stuff for tomorrow to come out, you know, content wise. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to, you know, we're gonna have a lot to look forward to, no doubt, going forward. So you know, we'll do a couple more minutes, and then and yeah, we'll do like another 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, and then we'll get going. Figure for the day. Everyone's got stuff to do. It's what is today? Thursday. So see here. If I could do this right, be nice. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. Yes, I will be live tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm hoping earlier. I streamed late today. I had to get some sleep. I was so tired. I was so shot yesterday. You guys saw my stream yesterday. I was literally falling asleep the whole stream. I had a monster energy. Which I don't drink that shit ever, but best guess, how high do you think Howie could trade up in the draft? Oh, they could trade up. They could trade up in the top 15 if they want, but it depends who they want. If they want the best edge rusher, you know what I mean? They have to move up top 15. If they want a corner, it really, you know, they got to take the best player available. They got to take the best player available. I mean, that's what you do in the first round. That's what you got to do. So, you know, you got to do it. Yeah, you can't specifically like be like, hey, like, you know, who's on the board at the best point where the Eagles are sitting right now? You know, and I don't think they're going to sit at 22. I don't think it's going to happen at all. You know what I mean? Eagles have had a really busy free agency. You're not going to sign an all pro at every position. You know what I mean? So, you know, if they sign Xavier McKinney, you know, maybe they wouldn't have signed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You know what I mean? Probably not. I mean, it's only a $10 million guaranteed contract for Chauncey, so it's very cheap. Coming off an injury, it's not an ACL. It's not it's not an Achilles injury. You know what I mean? So, but we'll be ready to go, man. This is, yeah, you've been grinding with these free agency streams, Joey. Oh yeah, of course. That's what I do. I do this every year. During free agency, I did it last year. I actually did it. I started a lot earlier last year. I did it like 3 weeks before free agency. I did this before like a week and a half before. So, you know, we do this every year for free agency. And then during the draft, we might do some streams every day before the draft, at least for the last couple weeks. You know, before everything happens. Usually the day before the draft, I don't put out any content before the draft. Usually like I don't do anything because, you know, we'll be streaming for like 13 hours in 3 days. So it's going to be nuts. So me and Philly will be streaming together on both channels as usual. And, you know, we'll be good to go. Be good to go. Appreciate it. I'm the Poppy. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate keeping main thing. Appreciate it, man. I agree on the last statement about Slay. He was loved when he was traded for him, but he could shake now for sure. Yeah, I haven't really been a big fan. The Browns are signing former Steelers and Seahawks linebacker Devin Bush to a 1-year deal. All right, Devin Bush is off the table now. I don't know what they're waiting for. They must be trading for a linebacker. I've seen multiple reports of them trading for a veteran linebacker. That's what I've seen. So I don't know. We'll see. Could be a signing today. You never know. Could be a signing today. But all right, guys. Make sure if you are still in the chat, make sure it's 334 in the chat. Make sure 259. Sorry. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you've been here, if you've been hanging out, appreciate it so much for the people that have already been subscribed, still here. Oh, my bad. Sorry. There must have been my headphones aren't even on. A video must have been playing, so it was a Devontae Smith video, a highlight reel. But yeah, we'll be back we'll be back tomorrow early. I'm hoping, probably early, and we'll be back. All right. Make sure you subscribe, like the stream, pick up a membership for extra content as well. It's in the description or in the live chat, in the pinned comment as well for the live stream. Appreciate everybody coming in today. We'll be back tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be back for day 5 of free agency tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, Shakes Code Up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.